the 5-minute countdown, but I completely forgot because, well, it has been a busy day. We've got a lot done. Dawn's going to be here in just a minute. She's taking the dog out for a walk. It has been a beautiful Sunday afternoon, and my ear thing just doesn't seem to want to stay. There we go. That's how today has gone right there. I've been watching this tornado outbreak here, and it is definitely it's some interesting
hail risk is not super
stuff.
significant with those storms compared to the other ones that we have, but nonetheless, hail is hail.
Exactly.
So it is still falling. Tornado warning here for
with
Watertown
me.
goes for 34 more minutes. The severe thunderstorm warning will end in 4 minutes. So I would fully expect that we will have a new severe thunderstorm warning here momentarily, which will likely encompass Clear Lake in South Dakota.
There we
so
are.
that should be
Let's
coming
take
up here in
see
just
who
a
we
moment.
have there.
We
We
just
got
got another
5
radar
people
scan.
showing up
Let's go ahead and
with
go
me
back
at
to the
Sunday
velocities.
night.
That should update in a moment.
Now, Sundays are
once again,
just a
strong
bit-
rotation is starting to develop now southeast of Watertown.
Sundays are just a bit more relaxed, and what I like to do on Sunday nights is just kind of go over all the stuff that we haven't really addressed during the week, because Sundays is just about that, wrapping up the week. I've got a whole bunch of stories that I have been collecting on this also, and if you guys have anything in the chat, well, hi Babushka, how we doing there? Dawn's going to be back in just a minute. She is out walking the dog. But I really have to wait until she gets back to tell you the exciting news. Christy says that she might be late, and that is just fine. It's Sunday. That's what Sundays are for, right here. So we are taking a look at that. But let's look at this right here. Hold on. We've got a lot of strange stuff that is going on in our government. And here it is. The single most shocking testimony in the United States congressional history. J.J. Carroll, I state without reservation that the United States federal government under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris is the world's largest child sex trafficking organization in modern history. First of all, Joe Biden, we can prove that Joe Biden was not a president. So he doesn't get the pass that Obama is going to get with the new ruling on by the Supreme Court. Pardon me. Kamala Harris, she definitely needs to go to prison for a long time, if not be brought up on treason charges. Joe Biden's a criminal. I'm not exactly sure it's the real Joe Biden. You guys let me know what you think there. Is that, did we have a real Joe Biden, or did Joe Biden actually die 5 years ago and they put a puppet up so they could control him? And Obama, of course, Valerie Jarrett and Susan Rice and all the regular characters, Claiborne and Comey ran the presidency and auto-penned everything. But to have this information out there now, and what's happening is the new administration, the Trump administration, is leaking this information. Of course they are, because they need, this is going to drag a wrecking ball through politics. But I'll tell you, it needs to be done. People need to go to prison for the rest of their lives. And every bit of money that they have every family money, every bit of real estate, that should come back to the people, and we should be divvying it up amongst the rest of us. When you take the thousands and the hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of children that have been sold into child trafficking, it is, hold on, I got to plug Don in. It is the absolute pinnacle of evil. Absolutely evil. And here's the problem with that is they're not just sex trafficked. They are turned into slaves. They're used for body parts. They're used for smuggling operations. They're literally just throwaway children. And I am shocked that so many in government have known this for decades. Still nothing has ever been done. Thank goodness Donald Trump is in office, and he's got a lot of good people. You know, regardless of what I think about what he's doing on the geoengineering front, I mean, this is phenomenal. And I hope that he puts a lot of people in prison for the rest of their life. DPFS, how are you tonight? I'm having a little difficult time with my earphones there. They just don't want to stay where they are. LaShawn, nice to see you tonight. It looks like Dawn is back in. Baby, say hello to everyone. Oh, hold on. I got to get your mic on also. Because they'll be able to hear you just a little bit better once that is actually going there.
Oh, that works. Good evening, all.
There we are.
Had to take the dog out for her evening movement.
Right, that's right. What is going on with my earphone does not want to stay on, and it's kind of cattywampus over here. I don't know. It looks like I'm wrestling a snake. All right, so I have been waiting until Dawn got back, and so I can just, give you all this news. Guess what? We have got a theclearskiesmovement.org. It is up and running. Dawn has been working her hiney off. I had nothing to do with this.
I am not a website designer.
You have done a beautiful job. We've got home. Watch the Clear Skies movement, so we can click right on that and watch it right now. Bang. Yeah. Bob's your uncle, just like that.
We have our shop.
You can go to I'm still on Substack. You can go to my Substack. You can go to Kick. There we go. Kick, do we have anybody on Kick tonight? I know we've got a couple of regular viewers over there. Hi, Kick. How are we doing tonight? YouTube, of course, we've got, we're live on YouTube. So let's see if it says that we're live. Or does
there it is. It says live.
All right, there we are.
It worked.
So,
oh my God.
It seemed...
And I just bought I went to the shop and bought us a shirt to see if it worked.
So we got a shirt coming.
Because I have no idea if it's going to work.
So we've got our shop. Your purchases make a difference. They certainly do, because we are working hard on this. We've got eco-friendly towels, Clear Skies Movement design. Yeah, a sticker. I've got a sticker over here on my...
You got a magnet too on
a magnet rather.
Yeah.
We've got shirts, we've got bags, we've got hoodies, and all this stuff. So I'm wearing my shirt tonight, so you can see that. Yeah, good, great quality stuff. It's all from Printify.
Yeah.
And Dawn actually she set all that up.
And then your blog, you have all the stuff you've written.
Oh yeah, there we are.
And then also our mission, and then you can learn more about our team. And on the Abouts page, you have our mission, and you can donate to the cause or how to get involved, and send us an email of how you would like to get involved. So it's coming along. Please don't judge it right away. Give me a few moments.
So go to the website, take a look around, let us know what you think. I'm real happy about this. We're about that close from getting our entire nonprofit set up as well. So everything's coming together, and it's been a lot of work, because we're not these people, right? We're having to learn as we go.
We're two old folks who thought we were done working for a living.
Exactly.
Well, actually, I still work. But.
Baby, you did a fantastic job on this. I can't thank you enough. I'm so proud of you.
Well, there's still lots more to do to it.
Great job.
Got to add our team, like
absolutely
Christy and all those people who are willing to put their face to the cause.
Yeah, LaShawn, Christy, Babushka. We need to get you guys a bio and get you guys on the page there so everybody knows who you are. Unless any of you are in the witness protection program. And then, of course, we'll just put my picture up again.
Yeah. It's there.
It is there.
I got to take a new headshot of you, though.
All right. So it's Sunday night. Baby, we were just talking about the revelation that America has been the largest child trafficking cartel.
And we all know Sunday is not about just the Clear Skies. It's Sunday fun night.
Yeah, exactly. So if you guys have something that you want to talk about, mention it there. Out. Pat, nice to see you tonight.
But yes, child trafficking is horrific.
It is. And the thing that is so horrific to me, the thing that absolutely shocks me, is that the United States government has been completely in on this. The evil, I cannot tell you how evil that is. And we need to start stomping evil out from around the world. I just, let me see if I can find this, but did you hear that Vladimir Putin the other day, this past week, just outlawed Satanism? You can't worship Satan in the former Soviet Union. I'm just going to type Putin because that's shorter. PUTINOUTLAWS. Satan. There we go. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Russia Supreme Court outlaws international Satanist movement. And there's an international Satanist movement? Oh, what is going on? I mean, how have we lost? This is. I really want to know. I mean, I really want to know what you think. Have we lost every bit of morality in the planet? I mean, I know that there are some wonderful people, but our governments, I'm talking about our governments that push this. Have we completely just had it gone off the rails? Because that's what it seems like when an entire country needs to say, all right, we've had enough. This is not good. And we're no longer allowing anybody to do any of it. You got to start thinking, yeah, there's something to this thing. This is wrong. What are they saying in the chat over there, babe?
Well, they're behind, so they don't have an opinion to that yet.
But that's right. There is a delay.
I was late coming on, and so when people were saying Biden who?
Yeah.
Were you guys talking about Biden while I was gone?
Yeah, Gooffield sock puppet right there. Was it the real Biden?
I know. I don't see anything. Even when I Google him, there's nothing.
Let me take a look. Let me see if I can.
Putin has done a lot of good things for Russia. He stopped GMOs years ago. That's DPFS 98.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Because Vladimir Putin understands one thing, and this is why he's been in power for so long. He understands that in order for him to run a communist country, he needs to make the people happy on other levels. And because Russia is a conservative country, he needs to back up all of that conservative movement. And there you have it. So, and he's doing it. He's doing a very good job. Unlike Brezhnev and all those guys,
Pat says Trump said Biden was shot.
Yeah. I don't doubt that he was actually executed completely and utterly. I mean, and look at this.
LaShawn says, to be honest, Putin is better than the past administration.
Yeah, we cannot say that that the Biden or the Obama administration was good in any way, shape, or form. These are just two of it. Now I've seen a third Biden, a little shorter. This is the tall guy right here. And normally Joe Biden is about the same height as Joe Biden. And
I saw that once where they're walking together and he's towering over her.
Yeah, let's look, Jill and
look at the ears; they don't even match up.
Joe Biden. Let's just see if we can see that, because this is so here.
A little on the slow uptake tonight.
Oh, I'm slow all the time. So here's about the height difference, right? And
while you're looking at that, DPSF 98 says they said today there were 6 Bidens.
Oh wow, who's they?
Who said they?
I'd love to know who. I'm going to type in.
Babushka says, has anyone ever listened to his speeches? They're actually quite good. Who are we talking? Oh, Putin, yes.
Yeah. Well, the biggest difference is that I don't speak Russian. And so, it's hard for me to really understand what he's saying. But I'll tell you, it is very difficult not to admire the man, because he has done a hell of a job keeping keeping the former Soviet Union together, growing it, and keeping it out of bankruptcy, which is exactly where it was headed before. So,
you're still trying to find differences of Biden?
Yeah, I'm trying to find that one where he walked out and he made the speech, and he was just heads and tails taller. So here is Joe Biden. Does that look anything like the man that we have been sold? I mean, that was the original Joe Biden right there. Senator from Delaware. Piece of shit. I mean, he not a good human being.
See how his ear is looped. The other, in one of the pictures, his ear is right completely stuck to his side of his head.
Yeah, let's take a look. So here we have this goofball.
GPFS 98 also says arrests are supposedly coming for the 6 who played him and 1 fake Obama.
I hope so. I absolutely,
nice.
And I hope that information is outed. I really hope that that information is completely and utterly outed, because we have every right to know. We pay for our damn government. We have every right to know. We are America. There's no other country that you can say, America should be like. No, not at all. We are blazing the path. We are that front goose in that V moving through the sky. So we are constantly breaking new ground. We should set the tone, because if we can do it with this, we can do it with geoengineering. Jen Baker, I just saw you pop up in there. How you doing tonight? All right. So,
what outlet is that news from?
Yeah, I want to know that.
Pat says Sergey the conspiracy theorist.
You're exactly right. But don't you think, Pat, don't you think that it does beg the question? And obviously, if he had some plastic surgery work done or anything, we understand. But
you're not bringing up the best pictures, honey.
Well, here, this is the tall guy. This is he's the tall one right there. And I think they're masks. There, I said it.
I've seen those rubber masks that they put on. I've seen someone put one on, and it completely changed them and it looks so real.
SKS. So here we go. We've got this.
Pat says she was joking.
Well, that's what Sundays are for. And I know you're joking, and that's the whole point of it.
Yeah, we're supposed to have fun tonight.
Exactly.
Wix gives you the freedom to tell your story.
Hold on. All right, we're going to skip.
It could keep you safe. It could keep you from getting shot. It could keep you alive. A mask could.
5-second mask. It takes 5 seconds to put it on.
People are amazed that there was a job title called Chief of Disguise. And most women I know wish they'd had that job. Sounded like fun. Actually, it was fun. I don't think another intelligence agency in the world devoted
because
the time
you're on a delay
and the budget to disguise like we did. Disguise became a form of body armor. In the Spy Museum, we call the mask a 5-second mask. They proved invaluable. You could change your ethnicity, you could change your gender, you could change your nationality, and if you needed to, you could actually become another person. When I was chief of disguise, we had already begun
this is a former CIA chief. She was the chief of disguise, and she just said you could become another person. I mean, there you have it, and people cannot tell, especially with the
Hollywood stunt double masks. That was a technology that came straight out of LA. We worked with a man named John Chambers, who had done all the makeup for Planet of the Apes.
He has a definite gift for mimicry.
They could spend 5 hours putting on a mask. They could spend an hour taking it off. And they could shoot it again and again and again until they got the lights just right. Our mask had to be perfect in the car. when you got out of the car. You had to know without a mirror that you were good. The point of all of our masks was speed. You had to imagine that you were going to be in situations that you couldn't even anticipate.
I mean, this is fantastic.
An officer somewhere picks this thing up, just puts it on in 5 seconds and knows that it's right.
So
they're not showing what I've seen, where he actually puts it on. It fits his face perfectly, and he's a completely different human being.
Let me just see if we can find that. So
just fast forward it.
Well, I don't think that it actually shows it, but here this might. No, I'm looking there. Baby, why I look at this? Can you?
They're all waiting for you, honey.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to find that one video. I should have saved it today because I didn't even know we were going to talk about this. But yes, I mean, you can Google it. You can find these masks where it looks so real.
Yeah, it tucks into your shirt and your neck and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
one.
CIA very real masks. There we go.
This is pathetic.
Oh, I am typing so fast now. I mean, you got to admit, my typing has really come along.
Texas Maracana said, "Happy Sunday. It's awesome." MTG posted about her anti-geoengineering bill.
Oh, wonderful! I'm.
Is it better than the one?
Tex Maracana, yeah. Is she clearing out all of the loopholes that are laden with that and very little enforcement? We need to make sure that there is enforcement.
Yeah, we don't want to back something that's not going to work.
Yeah.
Jen Baker says there's probably almost 50 celebrities in the world, and they are playing multiple roles with masks. Lol. And I think they are using masks in movies now instead of paying the actual celeb. Oh.
I mean, one of the things that we're seeing in movies is that they're using AI to scan these actors and actresses. They're doing it with voices, with the voiceover work. You guys remember when I had It Can't Be a Joke on? And Melissa was saying that she was doing voice work. She got hired and does the voice work. And for 3 hours, they had her just talk so the AI could learn her inflections and her voice. And the voice modeling, it was just a voice modeling project. So, what mask, baby? I can hear your phone over there.
Mm-hmm. Hold on.
All right, let's take a look at the tornado and see what we got here.
Extent this hail is probably playing with our velocities a little bit, but nonetheless, rotation is definitely on the stronger side of things, moving down to the east-southeast. And so we're going to continue to watch it in case something does go crazy. We have also some storms that are beginning to go up back over in both Nebraska and South Dakota. These are near boundaries. Wouldn't rule out an isolated tornado risk, especially south of Valentine in Nebraska. Might even see something try to pop off in southern South Dakota. They did mention a severe watch is possible in that area. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning west of Burlington in Iowa. That is for 60-mile-per-hour damaging winds. That is currently tracking to the east. Not expecting much of a tornado risk on that storm. We also got a few storms that are going up near Chicago. None of these are going to be severe, but some gusty winds are possible with those outflow dominant storms. And then back along the East Coast, we got a slew of severe thunderstorm warnings back over North Carolina and Virginia. All of these are producing downburst damaging winds around 60 miles per hour. The most intense storms could produce quarter-sized hail, but aside from that, tornado risk is extremely low to zero, and the hail risk as well.
Lots of storms. I mean, just lots of storms.
For St. Petersburg in Florida, that'll be for 60-mile-per-hour winds just west of Tampa, which, don't forget, Tampa did hit 100 degrees for the first time in history today. This never happened until today.
Tampa just hit 100 degrees for the first time in history today.
God,
you don't think they're screwing with the weather? I mean, it's so obvious. Anyone who doesn't think so, they're kidding themselves. They're not paying attention. Because if you don't see the patterns, I'm telling you, you're probably just a little bit blind. I don't know. All right, so Dawn sent this.
Delivery
These masks have shocked a lot of people for being so realistic. The masks made by Crea FX are the most realistic masks in the world and cost $1,000 a piece. They have been used in movies and also have been seen in news for being used in robberies. The masks are handmade, and when finished, they can be put on and taken off in minutes.
But that's, I mean,
that's just $1,000. Imagine what.
Oh, the CIA has?
Yeah.
Completely. Yeah. They have the masks that turn some ridiculous moron into a president. That's the truth. That's what it is right there. So, okay.
Jen Baker says August is going to be miserable.
Oh my goodness. You guys, the weather, I mean, for anybody else, has it become very obvious that this is going to be one of the worst weather seasons? We don't really even have seasons anymore. It seems like we go from one weather disaster to the other, and it is because our atmosphere is being smothered, absolutely smothered, poisoned, and then radiated from any number of different things. And now we have the neutrino ice project down there in South America. So yeah, I think that it's going to be just a horrible, horrible time.
Delivery driver says, lived in Tampa, never seen 100 degrees, currently living in Tampa. I lived in Sarasota, never been 100. When it got to 90, it was just awful. So I can't imagine what it's like to be 100 there.
Neither can I. It seems like people are putting up with this, and they shouldn't. We should not be forced into accepting that this is the new reality, because
so are they still spraying in Florida?
Well, oh God, yeah. I mean, we have pictures of it almost daily on X of people from Florida showing how.
You got to phone someone and find out how we stop that now.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to enforce that new law.
We do. We absolutely do. I had that up on my Substack, but evidently I can't find it anymore. I thought I put it on my Substack. There we go.
Oh yeah.
I run out of chance. What does Babushka say?
Florida has the most gorgeous weather, blue skies, crystal fresh Januaries through March. We had nothing but London-style white skies and dirty drizzle. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So this is from Matt Landman's page. This is what they're doing. This is what's happening right here.
Why we see this ripple effect happening in the sky is going to blow your mind. Now, this is what resonant frequencies look like when they are pitched into water. So different frequencies are being pitched into this water, and it creates different shapes and different patterns. Now, let's take a look at what this frequency does to sand, 4129. See this pattern? Looks very similar to this pattern now, doesn't it? This pattern happens because they are beaming ELF frequencies into the sky. And this is exactly what they are using to do this. It is called HARP, and it's run by the military. Now, you can literally go outside and observe this yourself. They drop chemicals from planes, then they use HARP to disperse those chemicals and block out the sun. Now, for all the sheep, all you gotta do is look into this stuff. They literally emit, they're spraying millions of tons of chemicals into the atmosphere to block out the sun. Yep. And you can go look up the hundreds of patents the US has on weather control and doing exactly what I'm telling you. This is what a normal sky looks like, guys. And this is what weather modification looks like. This is why you don't see skies like this in Mexico, because they banned weather modification. They put this shit right in your face of all of your favorite TV show. Now, the reason I make these videos is because the collective consciousness is shifting. We could be one person waking up a way that will shift the collective consciousness and in turn take down our suppressors. Hundreds of patents the U.S. has on weather control and doing exactly.
So there you have it. I mean, that's a nice little, they really wrapped that up nicely, telling you just exactly how it's happening. The ocean is above us. There is a literal ocean of water above us at any one time. And our government and other governments have perfected the art of controlling that through not just spraying, but through frequency. And then they can raise and lower the ionosphere. Now we have the ability to create earthquakes or superheat the ocean. 60% of the plankton gone. Bang. That is I think that's the one stat, even with the bees and the frogs and all that, the plankton building block creation gone like that, over half of it. It's just...
How anyone can think, like we looked out our window today and it had those ripple effects like you see in the sand when the wave comes, right? Like that. How anyone can think that's a natural looking cloud. I mean, it just makes sense that a sound wave is making that in the sky.
Yep. If you can't see it by now, if people can't see it by now, will they ever see it? Will they ever understand? I don't know. Let's see. DPFS. What does he have to say there, babe?
AccuWeather said, come August, we're going to start having blackouts. No electricity around the country starting August 5th. Ooh.
Oh, really? Did they mention why? I've got to look that up. Hold on. I'm going to text it. Okay.
Oh my God.
Well,
we're going to go through this for 3 hours?
Yeah, exactly. Well, hold on. It's
come on, people, start asking questions.
AccuWeather says we will have rolling blackouts by August.
Delivery driver says America is free and we can't ban geoengineering. Mexico is not free, but they can ban it.
Okay, so yeah,
kind of backwards, right?
Yeah, that is. It sounds very, very backwards. AccuWeather and other sources have expressed concerns about potential rolling blackout power outages in various parts of the U.S., including in Idaho and Boise. It brings this up. It says this because it knows that this is the AI overview right up here, so it knows that I'm in Boise. But I'm telling you, if the power goes down here in Boise, then the whole country is lost.
Yeah, this is a small town.
Yeah, it's
California. We already know that's going to happen.
Yeah, California has absolutely screwed themselves. But we've got the big something ridge wind project that they're trying to put up over here.
Oh, in Idaho, yeah.
Yeah, they say it's going to be the largest wind farm in the country.
Disgusting.
IDAHO. Here, I'll put that so you don't watch me. AHO. Wind Farm.
Oh my God.
Project. There we go. God, I'm so fast. It's all the typing. That's why. There we go. The Lava Ridge. This Idaho Wind Project moves forward at half of original proposed side. I'm getting in on this, babe. Everybody has said, do not do this. It destroys, it ruins. And I think that under Donald Trump, I was just listening to him say earlier today that it was, it's very horrible. It won't work. And he's not a wind guy. So I wonder if I have that. Because, I don't see it handy. But the Lava Ridge Wind Project, it was supposed to be massive. 197,000 acres of land, 400 turbines, up to 740 feet in height. I mean, that's ridiculous. It destroys everything around it. We can't have it. We absolutely can't allow this. The Idaho Wind Project. I'm sending this to myself, baby. I am sending this to myself because
it's a lot of acreage that could be new farms for smaller families.
Absolutely. There we go. That's right there. Sent right to me. We're going to start hammering down on this.
Vectum says it's Don Quixote. I don't even know how to pronounce that, Vectum.
Don Quixote.
Is that Quixote?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I don't. Thanks for putting that one under there.
Exactly.
It's his fault anyway.
There you go. I'm just bringing up our...
Laurie Holmes says, remind me this afternoon, my old-fashioned clock radio that is by my bed started crackling, and it wasn't even on.
Oh.
That's scary.
Yeah. Picking up stuff.
Delivery driver says, wind turbine is bad. Look at what happens to Texas deep freeze. The wind turbine failed.
Right. speaking of scary, baby, I don't know if you've seen this, but I'm gonna play it for you. So I just sent this to Don today.
Leave. Stop. You gotta go. Shh. Calm down. What are you? Stop.
That's a little concerning.
Charlie, come on.
Turn the light on, it went away.
It's got to talk to Charlie. He's going to be a real good guy.
I don't even know how to explain what I'm seeing. Holy hell. No, this is crazy. Did you hear this last night? Oh, yeah. It was going last night. Now, did you... Charlie, come here.
Now, of course, this could be fake, but...
I guarantee it's going to keep on. It'll do it again. So, I don't know if you're going to see what I'm seeing.
Spectrum said, oh, right. I wouldn't be living there anymore.
This is on repeat. This happens over and over.
Look at that.
And then the knocking happens. The knocking. There it is. And it just goes and goes until you stop.
Pat goes, what? Is this real? I don't know.
Can you stop, please?
It's the same family. I can't see them doing that many.
It's just right there.
Yeah.
What creeps me out is when he opens the door.
That's new.
That's new.
Okay.
Hear the child singing.
Whatever you are, you gotta go. And that's... Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like that at all. Goodbye.
And then the door closes.
Yes.
behind them.
Yeah. And then here we go.
Hello.
Delivery driver says, move out now.
Right.
Right? I'd just be like packing up. And then, yeah. And then you see...
You can see a
What
little thing
is
when he comes
that?
around the corner, kind of dart back into the bathroom.
Who are you?
Right there.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Yeah, but it might hurt you.
Yeah, exactly.
Leave
Don't
my
care,
lights
yeah.
might hurt
alone.
See, look at that bot. Look at that little
Yeah.
head.
Yeah, right there. So there are a few scary things out there, I suppose. I don't know.
There he is again. Yeah, that's just, yeah, I'm gone. I wouldn't, the bags would have been packed. And
I really think that that the overall consensus would be that if that was happening in your house, you're being anybody out there, right? The vast majority would have been long gone.
I wouldn't be, taking video and just saying, I'm not going to hurt you.
But I worked at years ago in Stanwood, Washington. There is one of the oldest buildings still standing, very old hotel. And it's supposed to be haunted. And we had one of these contingents of ghost hunters come in, and for about a week, I mean, they recorded all outside, and then they came in and they set up in the rooms and recorded inside. And then they came down and they played this stuff. So they had the outside recording going and the inside to see if there was any noise coming from outside into the inside, because people keep saying that they heard stuff. Well, they played some really weird shiznit. I mean, like children playing at 2:30 in the morning. It just sounded like they were running around, scurrying around and playing. Yeah. Somebody saying, help me. I think help me is one of the favorites of these kind of things.
Jen Baker says, I was a ghost hunter for years, hunted with ghost hunter guys a couple of times, never ever experienced anything, but that is creepy what we just watched. Yeah.
But here's the problem. Baby, this is the problem with AI.
Yeah.
Is that you can tell AI, I just want handprints and some thumping installed on this video.
Yeah.
And pretty soon, like, those hands look kind of fake to me. But pretty soon, by this time next year, will we be able to tell the difference between something that is AI generated and something that's not?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that it's a question worth asking. Are we going down a very dangerous road with all the AI capability? But there's so much good that AI does. Also, that's the problem right there.
They helped me build the website today.
Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, I can tell that, like when I'm watching different TikToks or whatever, or even X, and watching a video, I can tell almost instantly, like, that's AI. That's not real.
Yeah.
But that one was hard.
That one was, and it's difficult when you get somebody that understands how to. Now I'm not saying that's fake. I'm not saying it's real.
Right.
I'm just saying that it's
hard to tell.
It's very hard to tell, and we are in a time, well, with the Biden masks.
Mm-hmm.
Very
like
hard.
all those masks too, yeah.
Right, very hard to tell. And then, of course, we have the ghost there.
Right.
But the fact that he's going outside and that he's opening and all that, I mean,
I don't see
I
a
would.
clip difference. Like sometimes you can see the cut where it took a moment to.
Yeah.
It transitioned very well. It was very hard to tell.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Woe is me says it's a slippery slope.
It is a very slippery slope, and it does, it does warrant looking into it. We have to. Unfortunately, now we're in a time that everybody is suspect. Like, is that real? Did you really see that, or did you create that in? Are you really good with AI?
Yeah.
And then, of course, we're going to have to go and raid his house and dig into his computer and find out all the AI secrets.
Vectum says a perfect holographic movie screen is definitely being created in the sky.
Well, absolutely. Vectum, we are seeing, do you guys remember this past winter when all of those, like we had all of those UFO sightings?
Mm-hmm.
And like the one had like 40 different video, people with their phones had caught a number of them. But I remember that one, I forget where it was. I think it was in New York or New Jersey, but it's just, I mean, I think that holograms.
Right.
I mean, that's just.
Sorry, you seem to be lost without me looking at you.
Well, no, because I was just talking to you. But I think that holograms they're going to be so real in such a short amount of time because technology now is, now that we have this quantum chip, we are going to see, I think that we're going to see things change vastly. I mean, we're going to take enormous steps year over year to where do we end up living in the Matrix? Do we end up living, I remember that the scam artist, what's his name, that owns Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, they were selling, and I think they still are, but they were selling property and advertising, huge, like hundreds of millions of dollars worth of advertising for his, virtual AI. Let me see. VIRTUA virtual.
I saw this video today. This woman caught on her doorbell ringer an alien walking by, and that's another one that people are capturing. And is it real? Is it not? Like you're talking about flying saucers and all that.
Yeah,
it looked real. She seemed genuinely concerned.
Yeah.
I sent it to you.
I'll pull that up in just a second. I was talking about this right here. So virtual real estate refers to digital properties located in the metaverse, a shared virtual world. The properties can include land, buildings, and virtual items. And can be bought, sold, and developed like physical real estate. The value of virtual properties can be influenced by factors like location, user traffic, and potential for growth. It is. We're buying real estate in air, in nothing, absolutely.
Or in
nothing.
major cities. It's in the metaverse, where a growing number of investment firms are spending millions to acquire digital property.
Owning land now in the metaverse is a little bit like buying land in New York 250 years ago.
Metaverse real estate isn't all that different from property in the real world. It just exists digitally in 3D cities where users can simulate real-life pursuits like shopping, playing games, or attending virtual concerts.
There are houses that you can walk in.
Hold on, before I go any further.
I just don't understand it. I don't understand why anyone would just want to put on a mask and sit there all day and live in.
Do you think we're being herded that way, though? Is our government and the governments around the world, are they making life so miserable and so tense now
so they can live their dreams in
that
this other world?
They're going to force people into this? Once you get them in there, I hear it is as addictive as heroin.
Well, I've heard like they're literally making money in that world.
Yeah.
Real Bitcoin, whatever. Like they're living in this world. They have a job. Some are hairdressers. Some are whatever jobs. They have jobs in that world, but it's the best they can ever be. Like they can make it whatever they want.
Absolutely.
And they're actually making money, and they actually buy land and they sell it and make money.
We've got Ready Player One. I mean, really was a phenomenal movie about that.
There are shops.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead and read that.
Delivery driver says, is it possible to ban 5G? The geoengineering program uses 5G HARP.
Well, they not only do they use 4G, they use 5G, they use HARP, they use NextRad, they use Doppler. Is it possible? Anything's possible. What we need to do is we need to focus on pressure points and go after that, and then claw our way up to the bigger issues.
That's what we're doing.
And that's exactly what we are doing.
Hoping to do. LaShawn says, I will not be participating in that in the Metaverse.
Well, we don't know, LaShawn. I mean, we really don't know. You are a hairdresser, and well, Don just said that there's hairdressers there.
You can make money in there.
so we might need you there. Maybe I will have hair, just this beautiful lock of lion's mane
That's
of hair.
On
fire. My hair's on fire.
Put it out, LaShawn. Put it out.
That's right.
Beckham says, I think a lot of young people would love that. Even seemingly normal people in their 20s are excited about getting chipped.
Yeah. It is.
Because they're already so stupid because of all the spraying we've done. The job is being done.
Yeah, the job is being done.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, that's all right. I'm just going to play a little bit more of this.
Into and buy things. And this real estate in the metaverse is increasingly for sale.
The idea behind investing in digital land is that once you own it, you can make money by developing virtual property and leasing it out.
We bought it because we want to do something very big there. We want to do something that's immersive and exciting, and in order
I'm telling you, I can't help but
I'm sorry, that's just retarded.
We really want to do something there.
We want to do something big there, something exciting.
Oh my God, it's a fucking video game. Yeah. Sorry for the language. But it's a video game that people are crawling inside. I don't know why this is not
live in there. Well, no, you're not. So what are you going to do with the house you actually live in? Moron.
And what are you doing? And does it cost money? I mean, I really want to know. Does it cost money for someone to develop this property? But here again, right? They're spraying the skies. They're hitting us. They're literally cooking our bodies with radiation all day, every day. I had a conversation with the Blue Skies the Blue Skies Network in the UK today. Talked to Cheryl Ann. They've got about 7,000 people that are part of their community there, and they're going to become part of the Clear Skies movement, right? They're going to become a certified partner of the Clear Skies movement, and we're going to work together with them because there's so many, and we've got another group of about 8,000 or 9,000 also that. The Stop Geoengineering group in the UK as well. We're working to build an international network to get this stopped. But are they purposely making life horrible outside of
the metaverse?
The metaverse, right? Is the metaverse, because this is what you do whenever you want to force somebody's hand. You make the other options just unpalatable. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, the only option is to do the thing that somebody wants you to do.
Isn't that like the movie Ready Player One or something?
Well, absolutely.
Where the kid goes in and falls in love with another girl, and he didn't even know if it was a girl. It could have been a guy.
It could have been anybody, and it still can.
Yeah.
And these days and times, you have no idea who it is.
Yeah.
If you're virtually and you don't know if it's a guy or a girl, I'd be a little worried. Maybe that's why they pushed all of this gender fluid stuff. Is that it? I'm done. I can't watch the rest of that video. First of all, it's dry, and it's ridiculous. I can't not laugh. What are they saying over there in the chat, baby?
Well, Jen Baker also said there's movies like this. There's definitely more than one for sure. She also wrote, "That's how I feel about crypto." She doesn't like that.
Yeah.
Vectum says SIMS was an early incarnation of the madness.
Yeah, I agree. Yep, Sims.
Yeah.
You build a community there, and I think actually Zelda. Wasn't Zelda where you kind of type it in and then you build it.
I have no idea.
But they get kids hooked on these games like that one where they I don't know. I don't even know the names of these. Maybe I should. Maybe I should look into it, and maybe I should just spend all day, work my thumbs out on those game controller things, right, baby? Get me one of them big chairs. I've seen those chairs and they vibrate and everything.
It's just not our generation, but I'm sure some people that are listening, they are into their games, and that's okay. But I just think there just has to be a healthy balance. I mean, for us in the old days, it was going and playing pinball and, Galaga. Remember all those great video games?
Oh my God, absolutely.
Right? We'd take our quarters down to that place and play the game. So,
but but still at that point, you had to interact with the other kids.
Oh, sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I wasn't as rich as you, so we never got to go there. But I remember people doing that.
Yeah.
So, and I remember the Pinball Wizard song, the Pinball Wizard. I saw the Who in Seattle in 1978.
That's when you started working
79. Yeah. I think we paid $15 for the tickets.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine what a concert to see Beyonce, right?
I wouldn't pay the money to know.
All right, let's look at that video you sent us. All right, Ring camera catches otherworldly creature outside Los Angeles home. Is that Los Angeles, Louisiana?
Did you see it?
Yeah. I did. I saw
it. At the bottom of the screen. You just kind of... Yeah. Now, it's kind of weird. You can see the car and everything. So this thing's only like 3 feet tall, it looks like.
Well, that's what they say a lot of these are. A lot of the grays.
Yeah.
And the larger grays, and they kind of like, parodied this. Oh, let's listen to her.
This funny. I was like, am I seeing things, or is this... And he's like, Mom, it's an alien. Call the police. And I was like, I'm not calling the police on an alien, Kevin. I'm not. I'm going to sound crazy. What am I going to sound like?
Because she's thinking it's an illegal alien.
Ice will come.
Exactly.
Yeah. But look at it. I mean, it still looks ghostly-like.
Right,
I don't know. Was that an AI? But she doesn't look like she's bright enough to do an AI. Who knows? But it just kind of looks ghostly-like. It doesn't have, because the car tire is so metallic, like looks real, and that just looks like some kind of
look at that head
fake. Yeah, but why is it ghostly like? And then the car behind it looks perfect. Why
exactly,
don't you see the eyes?
But hold on, and long skull.
Well, Jen Baker says, "LOL, I saw that video. Someone said it's a person's pants and shadows walking by." Yeah, I think it's that's definitely not, because the car is too real looking, and then this ghostly thing walked by, and I agree with you, Jen. It's definitely a shadow of something.
The Mayans have all of these skulls that people carve, and then there are some real ones out there also. Let's see. Let's say.
Oh, I believe in that stuff. I just don't think that video was
elongated. I won't say crystal. I'll just say. But there's like a whole group of these skulls that they have discovered.
Those look like carvings.
Artificial. Yeah.
But they're even on hieroglyphics.
There we go. Here,
Yeah.
This is it. The mystery of Peru's elongated skulls, science versus myth. Look at that. And then let's go back here and look at this. I mean, does that bear any resemblance?
Yeah, it just happened to be that whatever that was, it just happened to be folded in a way that it looked that way when they walked by. I'm not saying those skulls aren't real.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying that video isn't real because the car looks real and that looks like this vapor of. See how it's just kind of.
Yeah, it's a grainy video. Of course it is. But I mean, it really
sparks conversation.
It does spark conversation. Are we going to have elongated skull aliens in the metaverse? Mm-hmm. If not, can we open a store and start selling metaverse skulls? Or turn your head into a metaverse skull.
Okay, now you're really out there.
Okay, now let's take a quick look. We're gonna look up up on the earthquake thing now and see how we're doing on earthquakes today, because we've been having these series of earthquakes lately now all along the peninsula here in Alaska, and it's getting to the point that I think that people are like, all right, now something big is about to happen, or they're just pissing us off. But I really think that what we're seeing is the effects, because we've had a number of strange earthquakes, right? We just had more earthquakes in Japan. We had like 90 of them or 900 of them. I forget how many, but just some ungodly number of earthquakes over in Japan. And Japan has been giving America some problems. And are we convincing them by rattling the earth with the Project Ice Cube, the Raytheon Neutrino Ice Project down there in Antarctica? Is that what's happening? I don't know. Could be. It could be normal. It could be natural. But it seems like there's too many things going on anymore for it to just to be like normal life. We should have been feeling stuff like this for decades leading up to this, not just all of a sudden everything goes awry. 5, 1 in 1,000, and it's probably more now. I mean, it's just the flooding, but 5, 1 in 1,000 flooding events. We have hurricane force winds in Texas, hurricane force winds here. I mean, we just had what looked like a tornado today in Idaho over in Nampa. We've had
I didn't see that.
I thought I sent that to you, but
I was too busy building the website.
Yeah, and you did a fantastic job. Speaking of the website, let's go back and take a look at that.
Oh, it's fine.
Let's go to about, and
I wanted to talk about that earthquake
team
stuff. Ever since I was a child, I'm from Victoria, British Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since I was a child, we were taught to get under our desks as the big earthquake's going to hit. And, we're going to fall off into the ocean and blah, blah, blah. That was 50 years ago.
Right.
We're still waiting. And I think they still taught it to my kids when they finally went to school.
You know what I can't believe is that we are still taught to duck and cover. And yet we have never built anything in schools to protect children from a natural disaster.
Yeah.
There's no bulletproof glass. Just get under the desk.
For some reason, it's built like a
Yeah, exactly. Those desks. Woo-wee. It's ridiculous. I mean, are we being lied to? The other thing is that school buses do not have seatbelts.
No, they never have.
Never have. And if it was a big and city buses, city buses don't have seatbelts either. Although it's been 30 some years since 40, 50. Oh my God, it's been a while since I've been on a public transit bus. But do any of you in the chat, do you think that our school buses should have seatbelts? If we are mandated to seatbelt our children in, if it's that important to the government, shouldn't there be seatbelts on government operated vehicles? Let's see. I'm gonna pull this over. Let's see what everybody is seeing here. Woe is me. Yes. Oh, I don't know why it does this. It like pulls up the volume sometimes. All right. Jen Baker, be right back. Yep, absolutely. Woe is me, Dutch Synths on YouTube and X. I love Dutch, absolutely. Talks about earthquakes. He certainly does. And he says they always mess with him because you can't predict earthquakes, but he does. And he also is, getting very good at volcanic eruptions as well. And I think that it's all part of the same, information flow. And that's why he's so good at it. If you don't watch Dutch, you guys really should. I mean, he really knows his stuff. Vectum says, I watched the MO movie Earthquake in the theater, and they made the chairs vibrate when a quake hit. There we go. You got to love that. Absolutely. What else do we have here? Miss Dawn?
Sorry, I went to the bathroom.
Oh, wonderful. Well, it's nice to have you back.
Supposedly, if I leave, I have to get back. So Jen said, I'll be right back. And then Vectum says, you'll have to get to the back of the line when you get back. So I guess I'm at the back of the line.
You certainly are. There we go. All right, let's see. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, there's so much talk about vaccines anymore. And I just kind of wanted to play this little thing. Bill Gates is one of the most evil. We all know that. But it's when you see the stuff coming out of his mouth that it really sets home with how bad he actually is.
Then the second time I saw him was the March after that, so March 2017 in the White House. In both of those two meetings, he asked me if vaccines weren't a bad thing, because he was considering a commission to look into ill effects of vaccines. And somebody, his name is Robert Kennedy Jr., was advising him that vaccines were causing...
This was the first Trump administration back in 2016.
Bad things. And I said, no, that's a dead end. That would be a bad thing. Don't do that. Then...
So the reason that Bill Gates says that would be a bad thing, don't do that, is because Bill Gates is extremely heavily invested in vaccines. Turns out that the United States is also heavily invested. Hey, the United States is heavily invested in everything. Mm-hmm. Don't we ever wonder, where is all that profit going? Why don't we ever get any of that money back? If we're investing and the markets go up and you can manipulate the markets, then why don't the U.S. citizens ever get money given back? Why aren't our homes built for us? Why aren't the roads done? Why don't we have much better ways of life? Why isn't it a 20-hour work week? Do we have to work ourselves to death? And why can't people pursue the things that they want to pursue? And why are we the largest provider of human trafficking in the world? It's just it's sad in a way, but it's beautiful in a way that Donald Trump now is going after this, and the internet, has allowed us to really see how this, how the sausage is made.
Right.
What are they saying over there in the chat, baby?
Well, I have to say something. I had Substack up, but I was following YouTube instead.
Uh-huh.
And I just popped over there, and I'm going to say that even though this conversation was a long time ago, Christine said the original Dr. Jill was replaced too. Because I'm excited because that's our first time anyone on Substack has ever asked a question or mentioned something.
Well, and that's
so,
fantastic.
Yay, thank you, Christine, for writing something.
Dr. Jill
was replaced.
Biden was replaced. All right, let's take a look at this.
Our first Substack conversation. Anyway,
Christine, thank you very much. Welcome to the conversation too, by the way.
Now I'm going to have to start multitasking. But Vectum back to the also said they want to put vaccines on dental floss now.
I just saw that. Okay,
it's a mainstream media news story.
Vax on DENTALFLOSS. Here we go. We're gonna bring and voila. This is something I actually have in my collection of stuff to put up, but I was going to do it a little bit later. But now that you bring it up, here we have. To do something like this is reprehensible. And we have technology now that we can weaponize. By we, I mean the United States government and big business, all the NGOs, everybody. We can weaponize absolutely everything. And if you are putting vaccine on dental floss,
that's just
that's
effed up.
At what point do we find out that they've been doing it all along? And now it's like,
put it on there to tell you.
And we'll put $4 billion up, and people can sue us. But now we control the population through a vaccine that all we have to do is hit it with a frequency and turn on whatever we dosed you with.
I like flossing too.
I know but they used to use like twigs and stuff to clean teeth, and maybe we should get back to that. I don't know. Yeah. Take a thin reed or something and slide it between your teeth.
It's just a shame that it's just the evil is everywhere.
Yeah, it is absolutely everywhere. It just frightens me that this is the point. When I was a young boy, I never thought I would see any of this stuff.
We just happily went along.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd take my wheel and push it down the street and see if I can jump through it without getting hit.
Exactly. Yeah. The dental, how many different ways are they going to try to vaccinate us? Also, and Robert Kennedy is pissed, absolutely pissed. He is cleaning house now at the HHS after they went behind his back. He took 1 or 2 days off or left to do something else, and his chief of staff and her assistant went behind his back and authorized a new mRNA vaccine for the childhood vaccine schedule. He heard about it.
Did he reverse it?
Oh, I think he did. Let's see.
Does anyone know?
RFK Jr. reverses mRNA vaccine for the childhood schedule. Let's see. Let's see if this is it. COVID-19 vaccine. Kennedy announced.
Woes me says, I think they do that. We are working on something. Yeah, it's here. I thought I would be gone before this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I hear a lot of that, right? A lot of us are worried that we are going to be gone before this fight is over. And that is exactly why we need to bring the youth, bring the young minds into this, the people who are going to be the future of society. And like I was talking the other day, remember when we were talking about the new republic that 100 people get together.
Oh, the land.
Yeah, exactly.
That was yesterday.
Yeah, and
or no, Friday.
Part of that whole thing is bringing youth in. So as we get older, we age out, but we're still valuable because we think we've been through it. We've seen all of the possibilities, or many of the possibilities, and then we can give them vision or wisdom that they otherwise wouldn't have. And that has long since, it's only been the last 50 years that has gone by the wayside.
I would say that, I raised mine to be independent thinkers, and I think that's the conservative way.
Mm-hmm.
But the liberal sides they're raising sheep.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but I'm hoping there's more of us than them, because I want my kids to have a future. I want them to, it's going to be a big fight for them.
Yeah, it is going to be a huge fight. And honestly, baby, I think that it's not just the liberals. It's not just the Democrats. Yeah. It's our education system was taken over. Mm-hmm. People with nefarious concepts wanted to make sure that America was brought down to the level of everybody else. And we did that in a couple of ways. Number one is we started putting fluoride into the water. Then we destroyed the food, food supply. And then we destroyed the air. And what that does is all of a sudden you're making people dumber in any number of ways. I think that there are endless possibilities on how we can get around that. We just need to have the will to do it. But I don't know. I mean, has it run its course? Are we in a new era? I mean, Trump is dismantling the Department of Education. I think it's the best thing that could possibly happen. We spend heads and tails more than any other country on the planet, and yet we have very, very pathetic students coming out, to the point that most colleges aren't even taking American students anymore. I mean, it's all foreign students. Mm-hmm. So to what end? And we need to start having babies. We need, if you're not out there, working, you should be at home humping, because we need babies. We need a society full of children. I don't see children hardly at all anymore, babe. Yeah, there used to be packs of kids. I was one of them. I know. Right? 15, 20 of us running around a small town. You go to a big town and it was like an ant farm of children. Now you never see children hardly at all.
Yeah. DPSF 98 says, I need to know your name, DPFS.
Yeah.
But 100% about our education system is part of the plan. Woes me says grandson couldn't read who signed his graduation card because they were in cursive.
Yeah, I'm speechless.
I actually tried, because my kids weren't taught cursive either. I kind of taught them at homeschooling, but I wrote a whole little letter to my sons in cursive, and they read it. It was, if you've got good handwriting, it's pretty. You can figure it out. But when they have a signature now, it's just they don't even know how to sign a signature. We
started learning in third grade how to write in cursive.
Yeah,
Mrs. Simmons.
But when my son signed for his driver's license at 16, he's like, "What's a signature?" And
yeah,
like I had, you wrote out your name and that was your signature, so he just printed his name.
Yeah.
So then I taught him cursive to write, or at least now he knows how to sign his name.
Wow. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
The skills.
It's not taught in school.
Yeah, the skills that we lost. Do you guys think that cursive has a place in modern society anymore?
No, because everything's done on computers.
Everything is, yeah. So,
unless you want to write a love letter to your lovey.
Aw, yeah, but that's calligraphy, so really that doesn't even count. Here, I was talking about Donald Trump not liking windmills, and here's that clip. He is over talking to the EU. The EU is filled with miscreants. All of them should be wiped off the planet. Every politician in the EU is criminal, dirty, filthy. The only reason they're dealing with Donald Trump now is because they have to, because they have their decisions, their policies have backed them so deep and so tight into a corner that there literally is no way out. I mean, the EU it teeters on the brink of extinction almost daily. Listen to this.
I will say this, they did ask me when I got off the plane, immigration, Europe has a tremendous problem, and we do too, but we've sealed our borders. We have nobody coming in, and we have hundreds of thousands of people being taken out, and the bad ones first, and I think we're doing a very good job of that. But it literally registered 0 people last month. You probably saw that, nobody. And Europe has a very similar problem. I think they're going to end up in the same place. You might as well go there quicker. And the other thing I say to Europe, we will not allow a windmill to be built in the United States. They're killing us. They're killing the beauty of our scenery, our valleys, our beautiful plains. And I'm not talking about airplanes. I'm talking about beautiful plains, beautiful areas in the United States.
Plain
and you look up and you see windmills all over the place. It's a horrible thing. It's the most expensive form of energy. It's no good. They're made in China, almost all of them. When they start to rust and rot in 8 years, you can't really turn them off. You can't bury them. They won't let you bury the propellers, you know, the props, because there's a certain type of fiber that doesn't go well with the land. That's what they say. The environmentalists say you can't bury them because the fiber doesn't go well with the land. In other words, if you bury it, it will harm our soil. The whole thing is a con job. It's very expensive. And in all fairness, Germany tried it, and wind doesn't work. You need subsidy for wind, and energy should not need subsidy. With energy, you make money. You don't lose money. But more important than that is it ruins the landscape. It kills the birds. They're noisy. You know, you have a certain place in the Massachusetts area that over the last 20 years had 1 or 2 whales wash ashore. And over the last short period of time, they had 18. Okay? Because it's driving them loco. It's driving them crazy. Now, windmills will not come. It's not going to happen in the United States. And it's very expensive. And I would love to see. I mean, today I'm playing the best course, I think, in the world, Turnberry. Even though I own it, it's probably the best course in the world, right?
This is, you know, windmills, highly toxic, extremely, extremely brutal for the environment, taking out complete flocks of birds. As we talked earlier, we're down 30% on our bird population in just the last 10 years, 60% of the bee population. Windmills are horrible, but also the solar farms toxify the soil. I mean, and it's stuff that you can't get rid of. I think you guys remember when Steve Jarvis was on the show a couple of weeks ago. It's impossible. It's all but impossible to regenerate that soil once and I'm sure that over time you can do it. But once you have a farm of these sizes, I mean, the size of these damn wind farms and solar farms, the sizes of them, it's incomprehensible that we put money, taxpayer dollar, your money and mine, to this. What are they saying over there in the chat, babe?
Solar is a huge scam.
Yeah, completely. Absolutely.
Doesn't his uncle have all the Tesla stuff? Where is our free energy?
Yeah, where is our free energy? Where is zero point energy? That's what I want to know, because we've been promised. Every generation we're promised that we're that far away from free energy, and we're sold a bill of goods. Nobody's working on free energy. They don't care about it. What they're working on is they probably have energy supplies that we don't know about. Dark matter, 0 point energy. Yeah, I mean, Tesla, that's the rumor, is that Tesla harvested it and he was murdered for it. He was probably murdered by Westinghouse. I mean, that's who backed him. Westinghouse wanted all of his information. Westinghouse was very connected to the United States government, as I think helped bail the U.S. government out once or twice also.
They're like electric batteries, too. They cannot be recycled.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
exactly.
They put them in the ground.
Yeah.
And they just sit there they don't decompose. They just sit there.
I mean, babe, can you imagine if you and I, every day, if we walked out and let's say we took stuff over to the park and just poured toxins in the park. How many days, weeks, or months, or years, whatever you think, how long do you think it would take for us to be turned in, arrested, or if ever, do you think that we,
I think in a matter of hours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they would hunt us down, drag our screaming bodies out, and you would never hear from us again. right? Everybody. Why isn't Greenpeace? Why isn't the Sierra Club? Why aren't all of these? Where's the Sea Shepherd? Can you get a land roving Sea Shepherd just to chase all of these morons away? But that's why I say this Lava Ridge wind farm, now they're saying it's half the size. 200,000 acres. Really. So now they're saying only 100,000 acres. Do you know how much land that is in Idaho, in beautiful Idaho? The problem is that the United States government owns 2 out of every 3 acres of land in Idaho. And they own a lot of your state land also.
How did Idaho allow that?
How does anybody allow it, right? We allow the federal government to take over our state's land. It doesn't make any sense. Whatever happened to we the people? At what point do we the people come into play in the United States? Because it seems like those were the first 3 words of our Constitution, and yet it is the most forgotten part of our Constitution. We the people. All right, so moving on though, the Overton window. I was reading this article today. The Overton window just says, what is happening now, right? And as that window moves, you've got it moves over to the beginning of a new era or a new something or another, and then as it moves past, then you have missed the Overton window. There, I hope I explained that well. The Overton window on all of the ridiculous BS ads from Nike and there's American Eagle. They now have, look at these ads that Nike is putting in. Nike, right? One of the biggest woke offenders on the planet has come back around, and they're like, oh yeah, we actually need some of the regular people to support our brand. Otherwise, we're not gonna be successful. American Eagle Outfitters, bang. Actress Sydney Sweeney, and let's take a look and see. This is what Nike has been advertising, and this is what American Eagle has been advertising. The LGBTQ plus IAQWRZ ... community literally just ran rampant. We let them run over us. But because the government sanctioned it, and the government essentially said, hey, if you talk out about it, you're not going to be able to survive. We'll come after you. And they've put a lot of people in prison just for not liking having the trans,
I think there just needs to be a healthy balance. It was just in her face every day. And I just think, yeah, there's big, beautiful women and men, and there's...
Well, I'm not talking about her size, right?
But I'm just saying it's okay.
Honestly, I'm not one to talk about anybody's size.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is that we have companies, big, huge, multinational companies, that literally forced an agenda down our throats when all we wanted to do was buy a pair of shoes or buy a hat or buy some jeans.
Yeah, we didn't need all the other stuff to accompany it.
Right? So, and then, of course, the Democrats have the lowest rating in 35 years. They're down at 17%. Babe, that is, really, those are extinction numbers right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's that's where
the thing
that
that
sits.
was uncomfortable. My family, my ex-husband and wife were visiting our son down in Olympia. It was the end of the Gay Pride Month, and gay's fine and everything, but it was the things that kind of frightened them were all those furries. There were people walking people that were dressed as animals on a leash, and they were actually peeing like a dog. It just blew their minds that this was okay in public.
This is Olympia, Washington.
Yes.
You have to remember that Western Washington is absolutely I mean, it's right there with San Francisco and Los Angeles and Portland. If we're just the most moronic people to ever hold office.
Why is it okay to make us uncomfortable?
It is. And why?
We have to put up with that. Like, I don't understand it.
Because the government wants these agendas. It's a gigantic psyop, and they do not want life to be easy or comfortable for the American people. And so what they do is they create all of these issues. Look at what they did with the riots. They allowed the rioting to just go on and on and on.
Always Me says Bill is cutting the force on Cali and burying the wood, not using it, just burying it.
Yep, Bill Gates wants to bury wood. I think I have that story.
And
but
DPSF says you watch the Dems take midterm. They have cheating down.
They do have cheating down, but I honestly think that the Trump administration is working very hard to stop the steal. But you're right. I mean, the fix is in from the moment you say go, and that's how all these, that's how the left goes over in Washington, Oregon, California. That's how they stay in office. Is they move to these mail-in ballots. They move to cheating long ago, and everybody is paid off. Everybody. I mean, I'll tell you this. The French had a very good idea when they started rolling guillotines into Paris and taking care of the king, the queen, and all of the royal court. Get rid of them all. Just get rid of them all. None, not a single one deserves to be in office. So many of them are just pathetic, disgusting miscreants. They don't have any clue. And now we have this whole Muslim influence. And I'm not saying Muslim, the religion, the belief. I'm saying the Muslim agenda. What are you showing me over there?
I sent you something. Muslims are ripping down American flags in New York City.
Oh, hold on. Let me go.
It was on your phone.
And so when I talk about these type of things, I'm not talking about the individual people. I'm talking about the leadership and the agenda that goes along with it that becomes extremely destructive. And I think that radicalism on any side is dangerous. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at this. So that's what's happening right there. Well, they've got that Muslim mayor, mayor governor that is going to be, which he is, candidate that is probably going to be elected. And we've seen what happened to England. England is lost. England is absolutely lost. My conversation today.
Anyone climbing up there? Why isn't a policeman climbing up there and arresting that man?
Because
in the old days, that was against the law to even rip a flag, let alone.
Well, whatever happened to destruction of personal property? The law is selective. It can be enforced or not enforced, depending on who's making the decision. So that is, really that's the whole key to law, is who is making the decision on who pays who pays the piper. We saw it with Hillary Clinton. Remember when she had all of that stuff, Uba Abedin and the rest of the clan busting up her servers and her laptops and their phones and using bleach bit and acid wash, all these things to get rid of information, incriminating information. And then James Comey goes over there and just has a conversation. He wanted her to be in power because they all know. I mean, they're all in on it. They funnel money into their bank accounts from the taxpayer fund.
Vectum says Brandon Straka had an anti-Zohan rally today in New York.
Oh, there we go. So anti-Zoham Alley rally in New York City. Good for Brandon. I'm very happy to see that. But we need a lot more of that, and also New York needs our support. These people are not, living in a vacuum. Let's see. I was gonna. Oh, here's something also. So we've got the Earth Overshoot Day is coming sooner and sooner. So it marks the date when humanity demands for ecological resources in a given year exceed what Earth can regenerate in that year. We are seeing with chemtrail spraying. I know I'm not supposed to use that word, but it's such a good word. It says exactly what it is.
It's chemicals.
Yeah, exactly. We're seeing with the geoengineering, chemical spraying there, how our plant life is not capable of regenerating. This is one of the things that I really like about our conversation that we had on Friday about building new, 100 people here, 100 people there. If we put 100 people,
100 people,
100 people encampments, right? Buy 500 to 1,000 acres or whatever. If we do that and we become successful at raising our own food, at regenerating the soil, if we use techniques that are already here, if we do the biggest little farm type of approach, all of a sudden are the people the ones saving America. Mm-hmm. Because this kind of stuff here is, it's concerning. Very concerning. It's concerning when they say it out loud, right? If they start releasing the information, they're up to something. And I think that we have laws that say that you can't sell, right? Like let's, unless you're at a farmer's market or something, but you can't sell or you can't give away the food that you grow in your garden. And I think that's so wrong.
Yes.
Yet they can feed us poison that literally other countries will not allow in their food supply. The United States gets to have all that, but we can't give away fresh vegetables, maybe fresh rabbit or fresh eggs. We can't do that. We can't sell that. It's ridiculous. And it's really is time that a whole bartering market steps up. I know bartering has kind of been part of, people's lives here and there, but is it time? And I'd like to hear what the chat has to say about this. Is it time that we start looking at a complete and utter barter market and start sidestepping the government? Because if we are playing by their rules, are we actually in a position to win or even survive? I don't know. I'm concerned that we're not. But if we put together 100 people farms, regenerate, all of it, and then each one of those farms start recruiting people. Hey, you want to live our lifestyle? You want to do it like we're doing? Bang! Here we go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want internet? We've got internet, but all of our homes are shielded to keep out electromagnetic frequencies, radar, radiation. And so, you got a Faraday cage that you live in, essentially. I mean, you can do that with paint. There's a lot of ways that you can do it, and you can build homes like the earth bag homes. Baby, remember the earth bag homes? I'm gonna bring those up.
Delivery driver says we would need our own military to protect our skies, even if we start our own farm, small town. We the people would be the military.
Yeah, we actually would be the military.
Teach each other how to protect our place.
But the other point is here, these are just beautiful homes. The things that you can do with it, right? Obviously, if you're a millionaire already, you're probably not going to be want to move in with a whole bunch of people that think life should be better. It should be easier. We should be self-sufficient. We should be able to make our own art. But, baby, I'm sorry. What was truck driver saying? I got carried away on my own.
Delivery. Delivery driver says it. Oh, now I've lost it. We would need our own military.
Yeah, there's no fighting. We can't fight the U.S. military, and it would be insanity to think that we could. So what we do is we grow our numbers and we show people a better way of life, and through that's how we win. We start educating our youth to think the way that we think, to act the way that we act. And that becomes a self-feeding machine. And all of a sudden, now we have people in positions of power, judges, doctors, lawyers, representatives, senators, presidents that want to take care of America and the American people and really want to get rid of the toxic, pedophile, Satanist, blood drinking, hate everyone cabal that is running the world at this point.
TPSF says it won't work if they keep spraying us or they take our property by eminent domain. We need to use organic seeds. There's a lot of things that we do have to do to make the land healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. But the key is first of all, you can't buy a farm that has already been destroyed. That's the biggest part about it. I have, let me pull this
Jen
down.
Baker says no fly zone. Vectum says we need our own Iron Dome.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
I just sent you this. This was an explosion today from a green battery.
Oh, I'll look at that. Hold on. I'm gonna look at some of those properties that I had saved. I think I sent them to you.
The hundreds of acres, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sergey's already... Guy's opened a can of worms. Now you can't stop looking at land.
Well, but because it's important that we take a look at what the possibility is. And if we do that, then all of a sudden life gets a little better, a little easier. So let's see, my account, here we go. Saved searches. What? It didn't save my searches. Okay, all right. I'm going right here. But we're just going to take a look. I mean, some of this property is absolutely gorgeous. You need fresh water. You need the ability to raise farm animals. You need the ability to hunt. You need the ability to garden. And then all you need is the ability to sit back and enjoy yourself. So
770 acres for 6.5 million.
Yeah, that's a little steep there, but
but if you get you could get more people to invest in it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you got one house to start with.
Yep, you certainly do. So let's take a look at Idaho County, County, Idaho County, Idaho. Here we go. All right.
Really?
Let's see.
These weren't saved, honey.
I thought I saved them. All right. Offshoot 10 miles from Lola Pass. These are a bit high up in the mountains, but there's here. Yeah, I found the volume control. But I mean, look at this. It's just it's phenomenal land, but a little mountainous. Yes, I agree. But that's not the one that I was excited about.
We need to move on.
No, we don't. It's Sunday.
I want not too cold of a climate. Yeah, I agree with you, worrisome.
Well, it's dry here. It's a dry cold, so it doesn't eat right through you.
If this is the land you're looking at around here, it's beautiful. Winters are you get snow, but it doesn't feel cold. It's nice and dry.
It really is.
Where I just grew up on the West Coast, it's wet and cold. It just gets right down to your bones.
It certainly does. I'm trying to find that one property. Anyway, there's a piece. My whole point is this here: $2.7 million for 1,000 acres, Cottonwood Creek Ranch, tucked away 5 minutes from Stites, Idaho. It's up by McCall. Actually, I guess it's up by Lewiston. Cottonwood Creek Ranch.
How about you share when you actually find something that we should all go in on?
Well, I just what I'd like to do is find out, what would the masses like, right? What would people really like? This is, I mean, the thing about this is there's enough moisture, enough cold, enough warmth, because it gets hot here in Idaho also.
But it's dry.
But it is dry. But my whole point is that it's not like Texas, where the heat is just searing, right? It's not like Florida, where you're swamped in humidity. It's not like Washington. There's a lot I like about Washington. Real mild temperature, but still, quite
wet.
Humid and wet, constantly wet in Western Washington, but not Eastern Washington. But the laws in Washington State have just gone crazy. Idaho, the other thing I like about Idaho, babe, is that, first of all, there's tons of wild turkeys around here. I mean, you could really feed a family with that. But secondly, you can do just about anything you want with your property. That I like. So, but one of these ones has like an 8 kilowatt hydroelectric dam already put up, right? And then you can expand on that. I don't know. I mean, there's just some great possibilities. What are people saying in the chat?
Not much. They're just listening.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Not chatty tonight.
Well, that's okay. Let's see.
Might be multitasking because it is Sunday.
Yep.
But I did send you this thing.
Victim, you have a good time watching that new Happy Gilmore movie.
Yeah, it is stupid. The eco-friendly North Ayrshire battery plant just exploded. It released toxins equal to 1,000 diesel trucks running nonstop for 10 years. Still think all green initiative is actually green?
Wow. What was that? I was reading and I didn't actually see it. Oh, that. Yeah. Oh, let me bring that up. We'll
That's crazy.
We will all take a look at what you're talking about. Here we go.
Look at that toxic smoke.
Yeah.
That's 10 years nonstop idling of a diesel engine going into our atmosphere.
Yeah. And I was
it looks like it's in a family neighborhood, this plant.
Well, they are, because nobody is looking out for the little guy. Nobody. It is all about money, 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 money. And if they can put a battery plant next to people, absolutely they will. And they'll call it green. Oh my goodness. And so many of the people living around it, we've got a green battery plant here. Oops. Oh my God. It torched the entire neighborhood. Yeah, we have 500 homes gone like that.
You can't put out a battery fire. You have to let it run its course.
You do. You absolutely do. I mean, they let the.
So how long is that going to burn for?
Oh my goodness, I can't imagine. I bet it burns for quite a while. Yeah. Let's read through the thing. Let's see. Taxpayers pay for it all. Yep, always worried about these chemical trails. If they had blocked fumes for escaping 5G and components of lithium batteries, don't mix electric batteries and solar panels. Big scam to poison the atmosphere. Tony Tonka, he is exactly right. A huge scam. The road to hell is paved with green intentions. That is so true. Fallout from that will create cancer knolls for years to come. There we go. I mean, we have seen this play out time and time again. It seems like it's not the government will never learn. The government does this on purpose. They know exactly what they're doing. It's the people, right? We're no longer be taught. There's a reason we're not taught history. We're no longer being taught history. If we learned about stuff like this, then the people would absolutely not allow it go in their neighborhoods. What are they saying over there in the chat, baby?
DPFS 98 says all by design, just like the chemical derailments.
Yep, I see. Vectum has is now he is finally going. So have a great night tonight.
Ray Roop, new guy. I haven't heard from you before. Where are the good pilots calling out the POS pilots spraying the poison?
Well, here's the thing about picking pilots. If you're the one picking the pilot, wouldn't you want a pilot that has questionable morals? Jen Baker says dams tend to get opened for max flooding. Well, yes, there are also tubular ways that you can harness power and have it driven. We don't need to have a dam as much as what we need to do is be able to put that water flow to work. And so we can route it into a turbine system that actually powers day and night, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and years on end. So, hydroelectric power is, it's all but unstoppable. It is probably one of the safest, one of the greenest, one of the most reliable power generations, I think, in the history of the planet, really. I mean, so yeah. And you don't have to dam the river up as much as you just need that inflow of water or a way to have it drive your turbines.
Woe's Me says, do you guys watch Scott Lobato? He is trying to get people to not have lithium plants built in neighborhoods in New York, like Bronx and Staten Island, wherever he is. It starts fires. There goes the neighborhood.
Woe is me. Would you mind doing me a favor and sending that information to me, or post it in the Clear Skies Movement USA or any of the TCSM, and just kind of share that information around, because I think that would be, very good information to have. Thank you very much, by the way, for sharing that.
And Jen Baker says, I don't believe we were ever taught real history.
No, absolutely not.
That's a fact.
Because if you teach real history, then you teach people how to avoid what is coming. And the way that, that life, Ray Dalio in his book, 80-year cycles. And the reason there's 80-year cycles is because we have people that have learned that these are the natural cycles that you then ply and mold into your own devices, your own uses. And if you teach people about history, they are much less likely to fall for it. That was the problem with the USA in, World War I and World War II, when the Bush family, when the Rothschilds, when the Rockefellers, the Harrimans, Adam Schiff's, great granddad, Jacob Schiff, when all of these families that now essentially are destroying America, they were trying to do it back then, but people were just too smart, too self-reliant. Now it's much easier, and they have all but gotten away with an approach to kill the president. I mean, Donald Trump essentially came out and said that they have, or somebody, I read the other day that they have information that Barack Obama was in on the assassination attempt in Butler. And Josh Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania, who is going to lose to Doug Mastriano, of course, but Josh Shapiro was in on that assassination attempt as well. So Jen Baker says, got it. And there's other power sources. Here's the thing that I'm thinking. If we can build a community of people who like to solve problems. Not everybody has to be that way, but if that's the general feel, right, then we will start thinking about how do we, can we go into our machine shop there and start building things that are at the cutting edge of creating energy. And if we do that in one and we share that to the other 2, 3, 5, 8, 10, 12, 50, 100, 500 encampments, all of a sudden it's powerful. Now we are the ones that are the sharp end of the spear. What are they saying over there in the chat, babe?
Babushka says, go Doug M.
Go Doug M.
Ray Roop says, about an hour ago, there were blue skies here in New Oklahoma. 13 and counting metallic skies now.
It's so sad. It's the same way it is here. I mean, we watch them come through on a beautiful day, spray in the morning. Just like maybe yesterday, we had the Ironman. 140-mile race, right? Biking, 111 miles biking or something like that, and then they
start spraying first thing in the day. We've had beautiful skies for like 2-3 weeks, like still showing stuff, but I couldn't see a plane laying a line for weeks.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden, Ironman started, and boy, they were laying lines like crazy.
Absolutely covered it.
Yeah,
and are they doing that to create agitation? Are they doing it so in hopes of something happening? Or are they doing it because there's a mass of people here and they just want to poison more people? Yeah. Let's go get all these healthy people running this race. That's probably what it was.
I don't know how healthy all of us are unless we're doing the cleanses and the chelation therapy to get the metals out of our body. I mean, it's a constant fight to stay healthy. It's not just eating right now. It's actually having to do cleanses and stripping stuff out of our system so that our bodies the cells work properly and all that.
Completely.
I'm looking at something right here. It says, a mile-wide underwater volcano is ready to blow its top off the west coast. Scientists predict one of the Pacific Ocean's lesser-known volcanoes will blow its vent in the next coming month, causing 10,000 earthquakes in one day.
Which is kind of common, right? Lots of earthquakes are common with volcanoes because of the enormous amount of power, the pressure that is released, the shifting of the plates. This volcano that you're talking about is the Axios something, I forget the whole name of it. It's 300 miles off the coast of Oregon. It's about 4,300 feet underneath the water. That's a lot of pressure, a lot of water under there. We'll probably get some ash drift, but a lot of it's going to be filtered. But what is that going to do to marine life in the Washington, Oregon, and California areas? Because a volcano of that size is going to dump a massive amount of magma, dust. Is it going to create a new island also?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, very, very possible. I mean, we really don't know what all is going to happen and how long will it erupt for. So, and how big, how violent is the eruption going to be? Right, a lot of people talk about the supervolcano over here in Yellowstone, but it's always releasing pressure. Yellowstone, and that's why all these geysers are going off. Old Faithful, yada yada yada. And we've got new steam jet vents and lava flows and stuff that pop up every now and then. We've got a huge plate of magma that is just kind of sitting there boiling. And I don't think that we're going to have an apocalyptic eruption out of that anymore, because it is now in a phase that is just kind of, now it's simmering. It's bubbling. Yes, there's pressure, but it's, the pressure is released in different areas. And when you're talking about Earth, 300 miles off the coast of Oregon is not that far from the Yellowstone supervolcano. And so is that releasing, much of the same pressure? We don't know. It could.
Are you a scientist?
I like to think I'm something.
There's another hat for you.
Speaking of scientists, Marjorie Taylor Greene just posted 2 hours ago, there are many extreme and potentially deadly geoengineering projects happening. Here's one where researchers were trying to block the sun. We must pass my Clear Skies Act to protect our skies and our sun. I agree with her that we must do this. I think that there's too many holes in her legislation, and I think that it's gonna be a problem. What do you guys in the chat think? Do you think that we need to get Susan Clark on this and maybe Raphael O'Neill and talk some sense into the tintype of SB 56? Can we tighten up the language? Hopefully we can. I think it's well worth a try. I've reached out to Marjorie. Maybe I'll reach out to Tim also and see what if they'll get back to me. Let's see. What are we? Oh, and then Lee Zeldin. Lee Zeldin from the EPA is on an absolute complete cover your ass. Let's get out in front of this. Let's tell everybody how great the EPA is. And don't get me wrong. I really like Lee. I like this administration a lot. I think that they're doing a lot of good things. I just, with one strike of the pen, they could stop geoengineering. They don't. And that I don't like.
LaShawn says they are not moving fast enough. We need stricter laws, more jail time, more fines.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, look what's happening in Florida. Nothing's happening. They're still spraying.
Yep. And they don't put anything in place. This is the problem that I have with SB 56 is there's nothing in place that the government is the watchdog. What they say is if you see something, report it, and then our environmental agency will decide if it's a credible accounting of what's going on. Well, of course it's credible. Absolutely. They're spraying the damn sky. So, yeah.
It's credible.
Yeah, it's credible.
Why don't they just have part of the bill have a team of people and that's all they do?
Right?
Pay them. I don't care. Pay them, but at least let them do their job and get those planes out of the sky that are doing it.
My thoughts exactly. I think that what we need to do is put a lot of pressure on Marjorie Taylor Greene's office and on Governor DeSantis because he's not going to do anything. He's not doing anything that he should be doing. He should be actively stopping this, and he's not. He's not for a reason because there's a lot of money that goes into this.
Mm-hmm. They all say great things when they're on the campaign trail.
Don't they though?
Delivery driver says, can you interview Taylor Greene on geoengineering, Sergey?
Can I interview?
We would love to interview her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, MGT will if her office ever responds to my, I don't want to say numerous, but I've called and sent some emails. I don't want to come across as a stalker. Good God.
You're pretty close.
But if they would ever get back to me, I would love to have her on my show and ask the hard question. Mm-hmm. Is this all for show? If not, then why aren't we putting in place the ability for the government to be the watchdog and take these people out? And why aren't we arrest the gull darn pilots and then arrest the company owners and civil forfeiture and do it up front, right up front? It should be severe punishments for the people that are poisoning the people of America, but it's not. It's not for a reason. So what is that reason? Well, because people have their hands in the honey jar.
A lot of hands.
A lot. Absolutely a lot of hands. So, Babushka just reposted that Marjorie Taylor Greene. Well, I guess she did it a couple hours ago, but Babushka, I liked your post there. Well, what else do we have? I'm just about out of stuff, babe.
3 hours is a long time. Oh, I was going to say, I'm watching an Instagram about blue rain in Texas. Has anyone heard about that?
Oh.
Has anyone seen that?
We've had a number of stories about blue rain.
Here, I'll send this one to you so you can play it.
Well, I think I already have it from you here.
I sent it twice, but you're not looking at your stuff. DPSS. Well, you're finding that MTG participates in a few X shows I listen to. Call her DC scheduler. They'll respond.
Okay. I need to write that down.
Here, I'll take a picture of it.
Oh, all right. There you go. Yeah. Screenshot it for me, babe. All right. Let's take a look. Let's take a look and see what this blue stuff is all
that water. How much money? Hey, we're camping in this beautiful state park in Texas, and it's been raining, and the water that's coming out of the sky is blue. And it's not this tarp, because it's happening on this tarp too. Look at that. This is crazy. Are they chemtrailing us in Texas?
So to give you the overview of what cloud seeding is,
it goes to
about 93% of all of the liquid water that traverses.
So there we go. I mean, they're poisoning people with that blue rain. That can't be good. My goodness.
Where's it coming from, the blue?
Well, it could be. I mean, it could be a combination of things. Here's the problem that I have is there's little to no transparency in what these companies get to put in the sky, and we are told that it's for cloud seeding. But that they could be cloud seeding also, but they could also be putting very toxic materials in those cloud seeding operations. And I don't trust any of them. I don't trust Augustus Drico. I do not trust Peter Thiel, who is the money behind Rainmaker. He's a warmongering, weaponized, one world government, and he wants to be at the top of the food chain on that. They all want to be kings, and I don't like it. I simply do not like it. Sam, I do not like green eggs and ham.
Jen Baker says that's apparently from seeding. No, ? Blue or purple. Gosh.
Right.
That's disgusting.
No,
I mean,
silver
what if you're
iodide.
walking and you're getting rained on?
Yeah.
What's it doing to your skin?
Silver.
DPSF 98 says, I've heard about blue rain. There is a fountain where I walk by every morning and it drips the same color.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Okay, so let's take a look at this. The blue rain phenomenon, recently reported in areas like Texas and California, is suspected to be linked to cloud seeding operations using silver iodide. Cloud seeding is a weather modification technique that aims to increase precipitation by introducing particles like silver iodide into clouds. While silver iodide is generally considered safe, no, it's not.
Generally.
That's the big lie.
Even if generally is enough, no. It's either it is or it isn't.
Exactly. And it's the accumulation. That's the problem, is the accumulation effect in everything. It's why it's killing microbial life throughout America. Is they're dumping all of these toxins in, and our plants are now uptaking only a fraction of the nutrients. The bacteria that lives on the plants are dying. The animals that eat that live off that bacteria. The grass and the leaves and all that get pooped out, but the bacteria is what keeps these animals alive and healthy, right? It's like a whale eating plankton, and we've lost 60% of the world's plankton. So cloud seeding, let's see. Well, silver iodide is generally considered safe. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Its potential environment and health impacts from cloud seeding are still being studied. This is the problem right here, right exactly here. Its potential environmental and health impacts from cloud seeding are still being studied. We don't know what the long-term impacts are. There's really been little to no real studies done that we are privy to. I know that the GAO has done some work, and they even these companies say, yeah, it's really only 1%, that we can make it rain. But what they're doing is they're taking all of that rain that was normally be dispersed over huge hundreds of miles, and they're making it rain in one place. Empty that cloud. It's kind of like flushing a toilet at that point. Bang, all the water is dumped in one area, and now everybody downstream suffers,
and it's toxic,
and it's horrifically toxic. So they're not only killing people by flooding, they're destroying farmland by stripping off all of the topsoil. If they were really worried about, like that article I put up earlier, that we are we're about,
spit it out, honey.
Well, we're eating too much. We're using too many of the resources. Then don't destroy the resources. That's why we're going through too many resources. If that article is even true, I mean, we are lied at every step of the conversation. The governments, the world leaders lie to the people. That's what they do. Very, very, very few of them are actually honest. Look no further than the Jeffrey Epstein stuff. Dan Bongino, he can't live with himself any longer. I mean, and Dan Bongino and I have heard that Kash Patel also were ready to walk. And I don't believe Kash Patel. Kash Patel is a true believer, and he'll do whatever he's told. But Dan Bongino's actually proving out to be a real human being. Not proving out to us, proving out to them. And I think that they thought he was going to be just a good little foot soldier and hold down his position and not say anything. Well, Pam Bondi learned that is not the truth. And you can't have all of this information and get elected on it, baby. That's what I'm saying. They got elected. We put them into office for very much that purpose right there. Get elected on it and then turn around and bold-faced lie. And it's not even a good lie. That's the other thing. They have masks that they can put on, and the left literally propped up a goo-filled sock puppet, somebody that had no brain left, if it was even him. And they had that ruse for 4 years. They hid the fact that Obama is a pedophile gay man living with the transsexual that murdered their chef. They hid all that. And the right, you guys can't even come up with a lie that makes sense. I mean, why don't you just say, oops, torch one of your departments and just say, oh, all the files were there and there really was nothing there anyway. There. I just told a better lie than the professional lie. We put these people in those positions because we don't, but the government picks the people because there are fantastic liars. But now, no, they can't seem to lie with a god diddly damn. And now they're fracturing the base. Now you have Elon Musk putting together the American Party. Is that a go? Is that still a go? I haven't heard anything about it, but really, I mean, you got to wonder, is he still going to go ahead with that? Because that would even further fracture the Republican Party. So there we are. What are they saying over there in the chat, Boo?
I think they're just listening to you rant.
I like to rant. It's Sunday. I get to rant. I don't have to talk about anything. I can talk about everything.
I'm sad about that it didn't work out between Trump and Elon. I wish Trump did something about the things he found and really did something about it. Yeah, he did some things, but nothing that we really care about.
Yeah.
But the other things that Doge found, no one got arrested. No one had to pay it back.
I think that's one of the hardest things.
We didn't get any paid cutbacks for them finding the money and giving us it back to the people. It was our money.
Definitely one of the things that really chaps my hide is that here we have $2 trillion worth of funds, and we're taking $1 billion, $2 billion. Just a fraction of it.
But it's just sad that obviously something happened between the two of them, and Elon was not happy that he wasn't coming through with his campaign promises.
Yeah, it's just, it shows you that politics plays a a more important part once people get into office than the truth does. Make a promise, stick to your promise. Now, that said, I will say this, absolutely. Donald Trump has done more to keep his promises than every other president. Now, I'm including Ronald Reagan, one of my favorites, right? But Donald Trump has kept more promises than all of the other presidents combined in my lifetime.
There's some big ones that he's not doing.
There is.
And that's one of his, like, cleaning our environment. Our skies.
He put RFK there.
Know about it.
RFK talked about it forever, and then RFK,
just kind of even in your Maha group, do you talk about that?
No, but I have offered to make a presentation for the Maha Action Committee, and so
have they accepted it yet?
Well, I sent an email out to Tony Lyons, and then I asked Serge, who do I talk to, or can you get me in to make a presentation about geoengineering, because it is a very, very important topic. And when it comes to, Maha, Make America Healthy Again, I can't think of anything that impacts more people than the atmosphere. I mean, am I wrong? I don't think so. What are they saying over there in the chat?
I'm just answering. Human being just got here. Good evening. Didn't realize we did Sundays. So.
Well, we kind of started this thing.
Yeah, it's our second Sunday.
And since Human Being is here, I'm going to show her our new thing. Look, Human Being, we now have the clearskiesmovement.org. I'm gonna share this. Oh, you know what? I should share it while we're on live right here, and that way people will start knowing about it. Let's go here and here. And then we're going to type in TCSM now has an OFFICIAL official web SITE website. There we go. And now I'm going to just, I'm going to.
And I'm still working on it, but at least it's workable. If you want to donate and help us, or
I'm tagging Human Being.
Get some merch, or all the links, you can go there and see all the different links there. But there's a lot more coming to the website. It just takes me a lot of time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, baby, just post.
Well, I was just I'm having fun. So I'm just trying to think, who do we, and Pat, we'll get Pat in there too. There we go. All right. We now have an official website, and I could not be happier about this. All right, there we go. We'll go over here to our mail, and I'm going to just drop this in some of our mail also. There we go. Baby, while I'm doing this, do you want to read off a couple of the...
They're just sitting here waiting for you.
Oh, good. Oh, what? Oh. Oh, everybody is? Let's see. There we go. Human Being, you've started something. You've lit a fire. There we go. Well, let's put that right there. And
so it's theclearskiesmovement.org.
org.org.
Mm-hmm.
I'll drop that right there. Hold on. I'm going to...
How about do this after the show?
Well, I was just excited. You did fantastic work. I just wanted to share it because, well, first of all, I love you. And second of all, you did fantastic work.
If you guys ever want to build a website, Replit is pretty cool.
Replit is really cool.
Yeah, I used to use Squarespace for all my websites, and I did a good job. And it was somewhat easy, but I guess getting older, or I don't know if it's all the chemtrails in my brain, I just can't seem to function well anymore. But Replit, you use AI, even though it's pretty dumb sometimes. It couldn't even get a picture right. But it took me 2 days to do it, which isn't too bad. Whereas it probably would have taken me longer just in Squarespace.
Oh, baby, you're going to like this. This conversation. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. today over 100 members of Congress support a bill to fund Ozempic with Medicare at $1,500 a month. Most of these members have taken money from the manufacturers of that product, a European company called Novo Nordisk. As everyone knows, once a drug is approved for Medicare, it goes to Medicaid. All right, let's hear what RFK has to say.
Today, over 100 members of Congress support a bill to fund Ozempic with Medicare at $1,500 a month. Most of these members have taken money from the manufacturer of that product, a European company called Novo Nordisk. As everyone knows, once a drug is approved for Medicare, it goes to Medicaid. And there is a push to recommend Ozempic for Americans as young as 6 over a condition, obesity, that is completely preventable and barely even existed 100 years ago.
Yep.
Since 74% of Americans are obese, the cost of all of them, if they take their Ozempic prescriptions, will be $3 trillion a year. This is a drug that has made Novo Nordisk the biggest company in Europe. It's a Danish company, but the Danish government does not recommend it. It recommends a change in diet to treat obesity and exercise. Virtually Novo Nordisk's entire value is based upon its projections of what Ozempic is going to sell to Americans. For half the price of Ozempic, we could purchase regeneratively raised organic agriculture, or organic food for every American, 3 meals a day, and gym membership for every obese American. Wow. Why are members of Congress doing the bidding of this Danish company instead of standing up for American farmers and children?
Yep, I wholeheartedly agree. And you know what? This is something that excites me when we talk about putting together a 100-person
farm,
land, community. There we go. 100 and do it someplace that we can do regenerative farming, regenerative ranching. This is the kind of stuff. If the government gets behind this, you can get a grant for that property. You can get a grant to start all of this. All it takes is enough people that we have voting power in the state, and that secures our future. That's why I'm not saying start with 2 or 3 people. Start with 100 people. Have a plan the work the plan. But can you believe
Did they pass
that?
this?
I think that they're working on it right now.
DPSF 98 says it does irreversible damage to the body. Yeah, and once you're on it, you have to be on it for the rest of your life.
Ozempic face, it's tearing up people's guts. It's destroying their immune system.
Yeah.
Their endocrine system. It's literally, I think that it's going to be making people
I have a friend on it. She's on it for the rest of her life.
Sterile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid. And I tell her just eat right and exercise.
Exactly.
I mean, I could lose a lot of weight, but I'm not going to use that.
Oh, by getting rid of me?
Yeah, you're.
I don't blame you, quite frankly.
Yeah, you're weight off of my shoulders. But yeah, it's horrific stuff, and I can't believe Oprah Winfrey was pushing it.
I can.
Oh, guess if they're doing it, it's safe.
Yeah, but doesn't Oprah? Isn't she heavily invested in that company, in that Danish company that does?
Yeah. And she's on it for the rest of her life.
I thought I just saw like a flash of lightning.
Could be. We're cloudy.
Yeah.
What else? A bad idea will just raise the cost of Medicare by a large amount.
No, that's exactly right. I mean, here's why I say that all of these politicians, and by all I mean almost all, Bobby Kennedy, he's doing some of the right stuff. Donald Trump doing some of the right stuff. Pete Hegseth, jury's still out, but he's trying. Kash Patel, the FBI is not winning any trophies from me right now.
Human Being says I'm so sick of Oprah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
When did she become a preacher and that people listen?
Yeah, I don't know how that ever happened. But she, here's a woman that literally was born into abuse, has fed all sorts of young, impressionable, and sometimes super young talent to the likes of Harvey Weinstein and the record producer, what's his name? Used to be a trumpet player, had a stroke, couldn't do it anymore. Will Smith, he and Will Smith hooked up, but he produced Michael Jackson's album.
Right. I can't think
Quincy
of it.
Jones.
Yeah,
there we go. So yeah, Oprah Winfrey was their pimp, and everybody knew it. That's the other thing that really gets me is people talk about this. Rose McGowan, right? She only comes up and talks about it when it benefits her, but for a decade before, she didn't open her mouth. Well, she did, if you know what I mean. But my point is this. Why aren't people talking about it when it matters?
They're just sheep.
They are. It's just frightened little sheep.
DPS says Oprah got Obama elected single-handedly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oprah's been groomed for this since she was a young woman.
She
sold her soul to the devil when she signed on to start that show.
Absolutely. There's no...
And her fake boyfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Stedford.
Stedford.
Stedman.
Are they still together? They never were together. That's the thing.
I think she and Gail were more together than she and... that was her beard, right? I mean, everybody knows. Everybody in Hollywood knows that Oprah is a lesbian. I don't have any problem with it. I don't have a problem.
Just be honest.
Yeah, just be honest. What is wrong with that? But that's how you know it's an agenda. That we hide the truth. Play on the people that will get you elected, because America still has, like I say, I've driven through, the U.S. any number of times, coast to coast, up and down. I've been all over, and I stop in these little towns, in big cities. But I like to talk to people, and there are so many wonderfully good people in America. And that's why Obama and Oprah and Jill Biden and the rest of the criminals, that, Nancy Pelosi, that's why they all play like they're the innocent. Oh yeah. Oh, we like that too. No, they don't. They're horrific people. They're criminals. And what they're trying to do is flood America with other criminals so they can stay in power. There, I said it.
You said it.
Yeah.
Human being says 71. Don't know what that means.
71?
The number.
I don't know. Maybe she's answering somebody.
Could be.
She's a big part of the problem. I'm so saying. Is Oprah 71 years old?
Oh.
Yeah, could be.
She doesn't look it. Thanks to all her drugs she's on.
Hold on. Let's just see. Let's see what. Yep, she's 71 years old. I figured it out. I figured out the mystery, the caper. Me and the green machine.
Yeah, the green machine.
There we go. Oprah Winfrey. Yeah, just reprehensible.
Another one that's horrible was Whoopi.
And Whoopi Goldberg, right? I had so much hope for her back when she was playing the nun. But, yeah, turns out.
What's funny, they were all friends with Trump back, and they show so many videos of Trump coming on Oprah's show and hugging him and going, "Are you going to be president one day?" And
yeah,
he's like, "No, I don't think I would be." And they're like, "Oh my gosh, you should be." And now that when he does, they drop him like a hot sack of potatoes.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
Adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome? Yep, exactly. Oh, hold on. I'm pulling up video. So adrenochrome is where you scare a child so bad that their body reacts to it and it fills the blood with what's called adrenochrome. And then they drink the blood and they think that makes them younger, right? Yeah, or they'll do like intravenous, and they'll bleed these kids dry. Then it's a one-use child, and then that's what that whole panda eye thing is that the child is so frightened, so terrorized. I mean, it makes me sick to even think about it. So terrorized that their eyes from squinting or screaming in horror, or being tortured, because that's what they do, right? They torture these kids. And their eyes will blacken.
Wow. Well,
not their eyes, but around their eyes.
DPSF says without her makeup, she looks older than 71, even with the adrenochrome.
Yeah, and she looks more evil.
You said it, Sergey. You said it correctly.
Oh, there we go. Adrenochrome.
You can't say meteorologist.
I can't say meteorologist. Or glyphosate.
Glyphosate. That's the one.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for them. They are owned more than we are. That's true. But for them, they don't think it's that bad because they're living the life of Riley.
They like it. Yeah, exactly.
They've jet set here. They got all the best things. They have chefs that cook their foods. They have,
and they get to sleep with their chefs, just like Obama did for 6 years. That's the rumor. And then they get to murder their chef. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden it goes away because Obama is untouchable. But here's the thing is Obama was not president when he murdered or had his chef murdered.
Oh, yeah, he was not president anymore.
And the stuff that Obama did as president is probably covered by the Supreme Court's decision. The stuff that he did after he was out, and I mean the minute he was out of office, that stuff's not covered. So we may get a little justice yet.
Human Being says, no, I mean, maybe it was a word that would be flagged.
Oh, yeah. It seems like I say a lot of words that are flagged because I lose more of my followers on a daily basis.
Every day.
And I have people texting me or, DMing me saying, hey, I never meant to unfollow you, but somehow I've unfollowed you. And I think that X is like unfollowing people. So I don't get to that.
Sergey will be like, "Ooh, I gained 5 new followers," and then, not just lost 2.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like I gained 5, I just lost 20. Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's insane. And then people are saying, "Oh, hey, I didn't mean to unfollow you. I just noticed that."
Or why did you unfollow it? Or,
exactly. Did you unfollow me? No, I really didn't.
All the followers we can get.
Not exactly sure what's going on there.
Human Being says I keep losing them too. So it's not just you.
Oh, good. All right.
I think anyone that has any, honesty in their voice gets.
Yeah. Right. I think that's so. All right. So I've got one. Another question. Anymore, right? I used to go to Fox News for years back when it at least feigned that it was honest news, but now I don't. Now I was a Breitbart fan for a while. Newsmax, I don't know. It's just, it never really caught on with me, but I go right directly to X for news. I mean, it's like citizen reporting. That's what it's all about. Yeah. And does anybody else out there use X as their main news informant? And then, of course, I always check, try to check the articles and cross-check it and see if it's true. But really, X for me, it has so much raw information and it's addictive, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't have enough time to just sit and doom scroll. But boy, I'd like to. I'll tell you, 5 months ago, baby, before I started this, I would have the time to do that. Yeah. Now, I simply don't.
Human Being says me too. Only place for real truth. Delivery driver says yes. So people are answering it. Yeah,
exactly. Delivery driver.
We the people reporting.
Yeah, delivery driver, baby. I read. Did I mention this earlier? He's an Uber Eats.
Yes, he's not a truck driver.
We like those guys.
Yeah, yeah. You get a lot of Uber Eats.
Exactly. All right. So speaking of Elon Musk, here we go. Elon Musk is threatening to put third-party candidate on the ballot. Democrats are giddy. This was just today. So this article came out in Politico about a worthless rag of a magazine, but still there is the article. And Elon Musk is promising to shake up the midterms.
Why are the Democrats
with his own political party? Democrats aren't sweating it because Elon Musk, you're right, his platforms appeal to a lot of free-thinking people. Free-thinking, intelligent people have a tendency to be more conservative, and that will take away from the Republican Party. And so I mean, come on, the Democrats are down to a 50 or 17% approval rate. It's like nobody is left at home anymore. There's nobody there. The Democrat Party is essentially done. And I really hope that we move away from this radical left, radical right, and get some common sense going in politics. Just because people think differently than you or I might, doesn't mean that they can't come up and be an active, incredible part of America. Let's put that into the works. Let's stop with all of this separation, and it happens on the Republican side. Listen, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I am a conservative. I like conservative thought, but I'm not religious. I don't let religion play a part in what I think or what I do. I don't let all the crazy leftist or crazy right ideologies seep in. I try to look at something and say, what is the truth? And I like to hunt down that real information. And if it is there, fantastic. If it's not, I'm going to just keep hunting. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Human being, geez, I can't believe they went from besties to adversaries. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. It's just so sad.
It is.
TCSM says the super rich left will give to him and change that to that party. Will have more of the same. The agenda will never move faster.
I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to make my determination to see, first of all, who he puts up in the midterms on what ballot and where. And second of all, I really want to believe that Elon Musk is doing this because he's so pissed about the Doge.
Not anything being done.
Exactly. But we can't deny that Donald Trump is doing some amazing, literally, he is trying to keep us out of World War III. So there's that, All right.
Delivery driver says Democrats and Republicans in the 70s and 80s, we both got along. We did.
Absolutely. Here's the thing is unless you were really active in politics, nobody knew what your politics were and nobody cared. People went to church together. People hung out at the playground with the kids together. We shopped at the same stores, visited in the aisles. We didn't know that you voted for this or voted for that. Yeah. We didn't know if you were left, right, or center, independent. Yeah. Nobody cared. Right?
In Canada, I remember asking my parents, "Who'd you vote for?" And they're like, "It's none of your goddamn business."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Oh, sorry." Yeah, you just didn't talk about it. It's your vote. Don't need to explain it.
Yeah. We were raised by wolves, essentially. No. I learned the hard way that you got to make good decisions. So, yeah, of course, I'm going to be a conservative because longer planning keeps you alive. And it's the same reason that, kids that go fight wars always come back conservative. They've seen, and not all of them, but the vast majority of them, not the brass that really has a diaper wrapped around them from the moment they get into any kind of military position. I'm talking about, the people that are pulling the triggers, that are digging the trenches, that are saving people's lives, and that believe that they are doing it for the reason of protecting America and freedom. Unfortunately, that's not what war's about anymore.
Willisme says, too many chefs in one kitchen. They both have huge egos. I don't see it lasting long.
Yeah, I really think that that this might be a ploy. I think that it's a way to put pressure on, because the only party that it hurts is the Republican Party, the quasi-conservative party, not really conservative. There's way too many imposters and way too many rhinos in the Republican Party for me to be Republican. But still, I have to vote one way or another.
There's only two to vote for.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the other thing. I mean, I wish there was 15 parties. I wish that America, in all its beautiful facets, were represented, rather than the way that we do it now. Just, really, it's a one-party system. Mm-hmm. We have the deep state that runs everything, and then we, put the figureheads up. Well, Donald Trump's not a figurehead, so that is the monkey wrench in the machinery.
Human Being says he is bringing back mental asylums.
Yeah.
Get these patients off the streets.
I'm telling you, this is, my take on this is this. And baby, we were just talking about this, Miss Dawn. We were just talking about this yesterday, about how we used to actually house and try to fix the mentally insane, the unstable, the crazies. Are we allowed to say crazies?
Unfortunately, they became test patients.
Well, absolutely. But not only that, it became expensive. And what they did is they threw them out on the street, because we have to support illegal aliens. We have to smuggle them across the border and funnel that money. And so our government, in its infinite wisdom, decided that, hey, we are just going to push all the crazies out on the street. I mean, why do you think we have such a horrific problem with homeless? It's because they're all drug addicts, alcoholics.
There's nowhere to place them.
Psychopaths. Exactly. Just mentally insane. And look at the rate of insanity. It seems like the rate of insanity has just exploded.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
thanks to chemicals.
There was always, somebody strange that lived in, virtually any town. All right. Yeah. But it wasn't just like these raving madmen and women.
Karens.
Yeah.
Karens
oh
everywhere.
My God.
Everyone thinks it's okay to just yell at someone because they didn't get what they wanted, or
right.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Human Being says the streets of New York will be empty if the asylums open up.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's going to be shocking if we start taking care of the people that we should be taking care of.
Yeah. And stop giving them horrific access to drugs.
Yeah.
Horrific drugs.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're opening, literally in the 90s, they started opening up shooting galleries, calling it, a safe place. You get a safe place that you can inject yourself in. There you go. Get that in your goddamn veins, huh? How do you like that, huh? Smacking her. Make daddy happy. That's what it was. And that's the problem right there, is that we have people that funded this, and now we have these massive problems of homeless addicts that can't get off this stuff, and then you just keep rolling the drug in, right? Just
you can't say it's not true. I mean, when I visit over on the West Coast, it's just I see tweaking constantly. You see just people pooping on the street.
Yeah.
It's just disgusting. It's so sad.
Absolutely.
You think that little kid, when he was little, thought, I can't wait to be a drug addict.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so sad.
Yep. It is pathetic on any number of levels. The issue is not that people are crazy. The issue is that our government makes people crazy. Mm-hmm. We start by injecting them autism rates through the roof, but it's not just autism. Autism is one of the byproducts of having too much mercury or aluminum or any of these other toxic heavy metals or drugs or viruses in your system. You ever hear of the term mad as a hatter? Right? It's because the mercury made people crazy, the hatters that they used to work with the hats, right? So, which brings me up to this guy right here. And now we've got 42-year-old Bradford Gilly that ended up stabbing 11 people.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, over there in Michigan Walmart. So, another just batshit crazy human being right there, taking a knife and stabbing people because he can. Because obviously,
nobody had a gun and shot him.
You would think, you would absolutely think that is, that is the appropriate response. But people don't carry guns anymore. At least they do here in Idaho and in Texas. When I was in Texas, and Wyoming. Good Lord, I mean, if you don't carry a gun in Wyoming, then you're not from Wyoming. So,
Human Being says in Belgium they are breaking into the elderly's apartments and beating and robbing them. It's just to being a good human.
Yeah. Is that the homeless human. Or is that because we're seeing a lot of this behavior of the illegal aliens that have been brought in, especially in the EU and Ireland, the UK, Scandinavia. It's a war zone now. I mean, it is just an absolute war zone. So it wouldn't surprise me if packs of these Muslims were breaking into the white elderly people's homes, and you don't have packs of white people doing it. There, I said it. Okay, call me racist, but I'm not. Do I look at the reality of the situation? Yeah, absolutely. You've literally weaponized immigration and you turned it loose. You set that evil animal loose, and then what's burning over there?
I sent it to you.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Oh.
Changing the direction.
Oh, okay. So it looks to me like it is
electric vehicle.
An electric vehicle
plugged in. This is so scary.
I saw that. He's like, I'm done.
That's a violent fire.
That is a violent fire.
There's one of those batteries again. Remember the building blew up?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, here's just a car, and look what it's doing. It is going to incinerate.
Oh yeah.
It's going to burn the concrete so bad.
Thank goodness that those aren't gasoline pumps.
Our truck.
Oh wait, gasoline vehicles don't just burst into flames, so we really don't have to worry about that. Yeah,
but if the battery catches, so we had a Ford F-150, and the recall was for the cruise control, and the chemical that was dripping from it was dripping onto the battery, and it started a fire. And in the middle of the night, we heard a huge explosion. I thought a plane hit the house, and I ran outside to the front. Thank goodness it was parked outside, right in front of the driveway or the carport, and it was in flames, just like that, because the battery caught on fire, and it took them forever and it was just a shell of metal after, and it ruined our driveway. We had to have all new poured, everything, and that was from a battery.
Yeah.
So you think these big lithium batteries that are way bigger than my little...
Those lithium batteries probably weigh as much as your truck alone weight. I'm serious. I mean, they're ridiculously heavy.
But it burned for hours. They couldn't get out. So that thing burning right there there's no way they're going to put that out. And look what the damage is going to do. It's probably going to ruin the building. It could catch the other cars that are parked there on fire. That one guy ran out of his. I'm sure it could... I mean, it's hot.
Yeah, it is very hot. Remember that e-bike battery? The guy had it in the elevator with him. We saw that video last week. E-bike battery, NELEVATOR EXPLODES. There we go. God, my typing is just, I am getting better by the minute. Let's see.
DPFF says lithium is dangerous and not recyclable. Yeah, it's not recyclable.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, here's an e-bike battery just exploding. Oh, dang. Yeah, that's not good at all. You would think that does it have anything on it that says this battery is about to go nuclear?
No. They're lucky they got away and they weren't holding it.
Yeah, right?
But obviously it caught their attention.
But look at it burn. Are you watching this? It's just that apartment's gone.
Yeah, it's burning good, fast.
Whew. Yeah, you can see it all the way up there. You can see now. It's just he's like, yeah, nah, I ain't doing this. And look at the carpet. The carpet's all singed and burnt out there. Yeah, that is crazy. And we're sold these ideas that all of this stuff is safe and good, but it's really not. Oh, here, I think I found this. Here we go. E-bike battery. Guy has his e-bike battery. That is a violent fire.
Oh my God! Is he okay?
From the looks of it, I don't. From their reaction, I don't think. And look, they're bringing people up. If he's not out of there by now, I'm not hopeful. And look, they have to get stuff to hold him, right? His body is probably burnt beyond the ability for the skin to hold the force of them pulling him out.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's okay.
Yeah, we don't need to see the dead part.
Okay, there we go. We'll just we'll get out of that.
Oh, that's awful. Okay.
But tell me that these batteries are safe.
Off.
Oh, I already have. Yeah. It's gone. You're just on a delay.
So. Yeah, but I didn't want to see the dead body.
Oh, well, sorry about that.
Remember when computer batteries were exploding on planes? Yeah.
It's the same thing, right? We knew back then that these batteries were unstable.
Yeah, our phones.
Our phones. We've heard of the phone battery, and there was vapes. The battery in the vape.
Yeah, I know they're little, but nuclear. You're thinking.
Yeah, but
that thing that kid was holding was a bomb.
Well, that's what they are, absolutely. And how many of those bombs do we have around every city in America now? Yeah. With all of the the little scooters and the bikes, limes, yeah, and then
Boise's big on them. I love riding them though.
Yeah, exactly. Right. There we go. Well,
taking a risk.
Yeah, exactly.
Too many people have licenses, but they were talking about carrying guns.
Yeah. Be trained. If you're going to carry a gun, be trained and be ready to put somebody down. If you're not ready to do that, then you're going to react to either too late or you're not going to hit your target. And that bullet travels downrange. And you have to think of who is behind that person, because bullets can punch a human body with fairly consummate ease. If you've got a large enough caliber, it's going to do. And if you're grazing somebody, now that it's gone. It's heading down. It's going to impact into someone or something. And you don't want to be the person that takes out an innocent bystander.
So learn how to shoot.
Exactly. All right. So for our very last subject of the night, we have got a shocking bombshell. The leaked 1985 letter from the IRS commissioner exposes the 16th Amendment as a fraud. Income tax was never legal. $330 trillion stolen. Time to fight back. I believe that this is completely a fraud in paying taxes. Taxes. We were never supposed to be taxed to death. And all taxes do is it gives the government a reason to raise prices. If we're paying $1.49 or $1.99 for a dozen eggs, well, there's let's say that the government gets, 2% or 5% or whatever tax off of that, right? And then the state and the county and whatever takes the rest. Let's say that 2% on $2 worth of eggs is, 4/10 of a cent, right? Or 40 cents, maybe. Who knows? Well, it's not 40 cents, but 4/10 of a cent really is what it is. But if that is a $12, $13, $14, $15 carton of eggs, now all of a sudden the government is quadrupling their money.
Yeah, we talked about this last Friday.
Yeah, but it's just it just goes to show you that we are being conned by our own government. And what do they spend that money on? Well, we're spending it on wars. We're spending it on who do you think has put up all of these windmills and all these solar farms that are destroying the country? And why can't we grow our own food? Why do we have to ask the government if we can build on our own property? There should be no property tax, no income tax. I don't mind paying gas tax or this, but we need to rein that in also. I mean, it's just Washington State is over $1 a gallon now for gas. California, I can't imagine what the tax is on California.
$1?
Yeah.
Oh, the tax.
The tax.
Yeah.
Over $1 a gallon. And that's why, today, the price is just right across the border here in Idaho. You're paying, 3 something. You're paying 5 something in Washington State.
Yeah, we pay $3.50 a gallon.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And then they get you you're taxed when you buy something, when you use something, when you sell something. You're taxed on literally the air you breathe, everything, every part of your life is tax. And what do? They waste it. They flood the country with illegals. They give them everything, and then we get nothing. I don't mind if somebody comes to this country. I think that we need that diversity. I think it's fantastic.
I came to this country.
Exactly. You're Canadian.
And it took me. We came in 99, and I got my citizenship in 2017. 98 we came.
But it was probably...
And it cost us
cheap. It was probably
$60,000,
cheap.
$70,000.
Oh, that's right. You did it the right way.
Yeah.
So you had to pay all that money and spend all of that time.
Took us years. Visas first, and then finally got our green card. Had to have green cards for 10 years.
Yeah.
And then
you built businesses. You bought homes.
Yeah.
You fed into the community. You raised 2 great boys and a halfway decent dog.
I never got to vote.
And you never got to vote.
But I paid taxes.
Yeah. But you vote now.
I do.
That's right.
I'm from Victoria, British Columbia. That's where Human Being just asked.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. All right. Well, I think it is time to just wrap this whole thing up. It has been another fantastic. This is our second Sunday doing this, babe. How do you like it?
It's long. No. I got to work in the morning.
All right. Well,
No, it's fun.
Well, maybe I'll give you.
That there's no agenda. We just get to talk about crap and feel.
Exactly. So there you go. Talk about the stuff that we don't talk about otherwise during the week. And that is the beauty of it. I want to thank each and every one of you for showing up. Guys, if you could, oops, I can't find,
you got to close your window.
Oh, okay. Well, go to the Clear Skies, VEMENT.org.
Oh my God.
There we go. Go to the clearskiesmovement.org. We have a page. Can you share this? You just let people know that we have it. And now this is your page too. So let's go ahead and make this work. We've got our nonprofit. We're getting that going.
And then we'll have the different chapters up there and all kinds of things. Different lawyers, different what was it that I was looking for?
Different sections.
Yeah,
Yep.
but things where you always keep saying you can get this to just copy and paste and send it
exactly.
to your senator. I'm working on that next.
Yeah, and I will try to be more efficient with my time to get the things that that I want up on my Substack and up on our page here. And well, I don't know. I mean, I'm real happy with this, babe. You did a fantastic job. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
That brings us up to the end of it. For all of us, I am Sergey Brown.
And I'm Dawn.
And of course, we will see you next time. See you tomorrow.